And it looks like we're live. Hey everyone, welcome back. Happy Sunday. We have a very special guest here today, Johanna from HighTeaToys. Let's say hey to some people real quick and then we'll just get into it. We have 91 watching already. Thank you all for being here. That's wild. Lego Mania, what's going on? Gus Bricks, Grumpy J, it's great to have you as always. Phantom Breeze, Noob Tuber. Let's see, Claire's in the house, everything. It's awesome to have y'all here. Thank you so much for joining. Moments of the Magic. It's great to have you as always as well. Serena, Ninjago Fanbrick. Hi, Johanna and Emily. So great to see you both on the same stream together. Yay. So let's see. So this is Johanna. I'm sure a lot of you guys know of her. She is fantastic. She has like the coolest Lego city ever. And so I don't know, like, do you want to tell everyone like who you are?
Sure. I've been told to hype myself up, which I have to say isn't my strongest quality, so I'll do my best. Basically, very similar to Emily, just gotten back into Lego sort of like a year and a half ago now. Very much started with, I'm just going to get back into Harry Potter, like I'm super nostalgic for it. And then I found various other themes and it just completely got out of hand. So I've kind of started like a city, as you can see here next to me. But I've got quite a small room, so essentially it's a little bit of a trial and error working with the space I've got, but you know, I'm already super excited to have a bit of a room. I definitely still really love Harry Potter, it's just the city is taking over. I've started, I released my video today, I started a medieval village as well because I love medieval times, well, like fantasy medieval times, because you know, I've got to have some unicorns in there. Totally. So that's kind of what I do. It's a bit random. I'd love to live stream. I tend to live stream on Wednesday, which is too bad because we tend to live stream at the same time quite a lot.
Right? I try to catch it at the end if she's still going and vice versa.
Yeah, like the other way around. Like we'll just say hi at like the last minute. Like
yeah. No, that's incredible. Yeah, I definitely want to like ask you more about just like Lego stuff in general and how you got into it. And just like, I feel like it's a question that I get a lot from people, like, you know, how much of like a closeted Lego fan are you and all that kind of stuff. Because like for me, you know, I have like friends outside of Lego from college, from high school, and like there's a very
friends outside of Lego. How does that work?
Right? I honestly like we're not very close anymore because like my whole life is just Lego right now, and so it's like if it I sometimes just forget to check like my non-Lego social media. I'm like, oh, what's going on over here? Like once a month, I'll head back over. But yeah, it's I don't know. I feel like when you're in Lego, it's so easy to just get like your whole life kind of surrounds it because it's something that it's always happening. Like everyone's always hyped. Like this community is just like I don't know, so like really positive. Like, it's like a great
like stuff is happening all the time. I hung out with a friend this weekend who also isn't into Lego, and it was that moment where I was like, I realized that pretty much any update I had for her was Lego related, and I realized that she doesn't really care. I was like, okay, what do I do now?
It sucks when it happens, right? I mean, but it's like everything you do is Lego, or well, I don't know, everything I do is Lego. But it's so hard. Like I have friends, you know, and I'm like, you know, I need to get her a birthday gift or Christmas gift, and I'm always like I went to California and I was able to see Claire the Plastic Architect while I was there, and there was like a little vlog if y'all have seen it. But while I was there, like I flew in like 2 hours before everyone else was getting there because we were going for like a girls' weekend kind of thing. And I like booked it. I like asked Claire to take me to the Lego store there. I got the mini Disney castle and I got that for my friend, and my friend was going to be there. So I was like, here's your birthday gift. And like, I was in California for like an hour on my own, you know, with Claire, and like, I had to go to the Lego store. It's just like, dang, you know?
Of course. That'd be one of my first stops as well, alongside Disneyland, because I've been talking to a few members recently, and they were like, basically, they've just been hyping up various like Legoland, not Legoland, like Disneyland things. I'm like, I really want to go, guys. Like, you don't understand. I've never been. But before I start building, actually, I want to really quickly hype up. I've just opened the City of Lanterns set, and like the instructions come in like a booklet, like in a little cardboard envelope. I feel like I'm opening some sort of important documents, so I just have to point that out before.
That's your passport in there, you know? Real quick, we have some notifications in chat. Miss Amby, yay, 2 months. Great to see you too. Thank you so much, Miss Amby. And of course, Captain Zan in the house member for 11 months. Thank you. It's so great to have you here. And also Christian is here, Simon Moss. I'm going to do my best. I don't normally stream with other people, so I'm going to like try really hard to like chat with the chat and Johanna and like try to keep y'all in the loop. So just so you know, I am not ignoring y'all. We're just having a great time. We were distracted.
We'll try and find a balance, right?
Yeah. Oh no way! Is that Brick Queen in chat? Hey, Brick Queen! Welcome. Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, hello! Oh wow.
Oh wait, show those stickers again. I'm gonna try to put you on the big screen.
I've just opened them up. It's very Ninjago-esque with like the amount of stickers that there are, but
I don't know how to do it.
It's okay. Honestly, you feel how I felt when I was streaming with Danny. I was
just pretend it's on the big screen.
It's fine. I think people can see.
Yeah.
Like they're really cool.
They're really colorful.
Yeah, so I think these are like transparent, and then these ones are like on white. So loads of details. Obviously all the pink ones are for the tram, but they're so cool. There's so many Easter eggs in them apparently. So I'm very excited.
Really remind me of Ninjago City ones. Like they're very similar. Oh
yeah.
I got my Pikachu band-aid I have on I don't know what 5 minutes before the stream I was like trying to pull bags out of the box and I just like my finger was bleeding. I was like, Pikachu band-aid. That'll
make it better.
Yeah. Also, Johanna, I just want to say like we match. This is not intentional. Is that a quarter zip? I can't see if like the zip goes all the way down.
No,
but, like,
it's just a turtleneck.
Oh, okay. But, yeah, we didn't coordinate.
It's a good color.
So chat knows. Yeah, blue's great. I love blue.
I kind of adapted the blue as like my official like sig fig color because obviously that's what I was wearing when James designed my sig fig, which I use for like my channel and stuff. So like when I wear this, people are like, "Oh, I love it when you match your sig fig." So it's kind of just become a thing.
I mean, isn't that like the point though? Like to match?
Yeah, right.
I think so. Well, that's
good.
I feel like it'd be bad if you didn't match your sig fig, you know.
Sorry, I can't hear you. I've just opened the bag.
Oh, you're totally good. We got Sarah Starbricks here, Samad, Ali4Gamer. What's going on? Purple Shroom. Over from Johanna's channel. Love seeing two people who love Lego. Yes, definitely. That's awesome. And Lego Bear saying you are both my favorite. Amazing.
Aww. Thanks.
Xanthic Dragon saying that I need glasses and then we would be twins. Which is true. I mean, we both have like brown curly hair.
That we look alike.
We look the same, right?
Like, it's fine.
You're like the British variant of me.
Dutch, but yeah.
Oh yeah. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I've definitely had comments before that I look like you. Like, oh, I thought I already followed you. It's like, yeah, I'm not Emily.
We're different people. See, like proof. We're both you. Oh, that's fantastic.
I was going to ask you actually, how is your city doing?
That's a really great question. We have made like no progress on it over the last few months, but you know, me and Ross were talking earlier today about the Lego City and plans for the future, and I was just sorting bricks like 30 minutes before the stream. So it's coming. I feel like the downtown area is like very polished. It's maybe done, but you know, there's always something to be done in there. So it'll always move around.
That's the thing, isn't it? Yeah.
So it's done for now. It's good enough. And then I really want to work on the Disney area and like the Walk of Fame and like having all the stars there. But Mario World will definitely be a huge project over the next few months. And especially like, I don't know, like there's Brick Rodeo coming up, which is a Lego convention in Austin, Texas, or at least it's in Texas. Okay. Brick Rodeo, of course, like Rodeo, Texas, it works. Yeah. And so we really want to have it ready by then. I think it'll be like midsummer is when that usually happens. So we at least like
there is a bit of time.
Yeah, it's like, enough time to like get something really cool. So we're feeling good about it. We have plans. Like we're trying to like actually put out more city updates because we haven't been in a very long time.
They're so time consuming though, like updating a city just in general, especially when you redo things. Like I find every time I'm like, oh, I'm just going to move this small thing. And then like it ends up just spiraling into this huge project that takes like 3 weekends. And like, I swear I just moved a modular. Like that was what I was trying to do. And like, why did this take so long?
Right. Yeah. Like, I mean, the city updates, and this is something I wanted to talk to you about too, is like, you know, there's like being like, there's having a Lego city, you know, there's like having Lego, building Lego. And then there's like the content creation side of it. And, you know, what people see is just like, oh, there's your city. Like, that's cool. But they don't see like, I mean, they might see kind of like what goes into like all the detail behind it. Just, you know, if you do a time lapse or whatever. But just the video production side just takes so long. And you're like, I want to show this, like, I want to give it justice, I want my lighting to be good, but it takes forever.
Yeah, it's just finding that balance, I think. I really realized that I had to kind of, because obviously I work full time as well. So it was kind of like, I'm really lucky that most of that has been working from home. So like I've been able to like use lunch breaks and like evenings and stuff. Like I haven't had that commute time, so I've been here quite a lot, but just it being winter in like England as well, so it's been really dark, so like I can only really film like a sit down video like this in like during the day because the light is just, as you can see, pretty crap. And then just like editing, I just like finish like my full-time job, and then like it's like, cool, okay, now I turn the other computer on and I need to edit, and then on the weekend I make the videos, and it's just kind of like trying to fit that all in. And there was like that moment where I was like, oh, it just would be really great to have like one more day just so I can, because there's quite a lot of editing that I'd like to, when you can just step it up one step with like a bit of zooming in and making some visual jokes and stuff. Like there is always things I was like, oh, I wish I could do that, but there has to be a point where I'm like, okay, I'm done now, because like otherwise it's going to consume my life, and sleep is generally something I need. So
right.
It's been intense. Like, at what point did you go, I cannot do this, like I need to make this officially my job?
Oh gosh, man, that's a really good question. Let me get back to it real quick. We have a super chat from Samuel Pence. Thank you so much for the $5. Love your channel, keep up the good work. Ever going to build the Lego Titanic? I probably won't, just because it's really expensive and I don't know where I would put it. I wish I had room, and I wish I had money to just drop on it, but I don't know, there's just so many other things I would rather get beforehand. I don't know, it's nice to have it at a Lego store so I can at least enjoy it and see it there, but I don't need it.
So impressive. Like it looks so cool. Good, but yeah,
are you planning on getting it?
That, is it?
It's a huge one. I don't know, it's a lot, but I mean, I watched like Tiago's review on it, and it made me want the set. And I was like,
he was hyping it up so well. It's like, dude, like you need to be on commission, because like I want to buy it because of you.
Right?
Yeah,
it was a really good video. But yeah, thank you again, Sam. Really appreciate it. And no, I probably won't be building it. Sorry.
Who knows? Maybe in like 4 months you make a video saying, I said I wasn't going to, but look what happened.
Right? Yeah, I mean, maybe it's still really good, but yeah, I don't need it. There's sets where it's just like, that's really cool. I don't need it though.
This like segues really beautifully into like, what is like your most wanted like set right now, both retired and like stuff that's on the shelves?
That's so hard.
I appreciate this can change like a lot, but
yeah, it changes every day. So like, I have no idea. Oh man, I would say right now, I mean, just because of the Ninjago sets, it's like I really want docks, and it's just to complete the collection.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, docks would be awesome. I really want the Pizza Planet truck from Toy Story. That would be really cool.
Yes. Love that one.
I mean, those are the main ones, really. Those are the ones I keep coming back to. Zurg from Toy Story as well. The train from Toy Story. Really, it's a lot of Toy Story, I think.
Would you like have them in your city, or like would you set them on like shelves?
I would probably just have like a Toy Story display. Like maybe the train would go in my city. But I have like my buildable Buzz out of sight. It's like way at the top. It deserves more than that.
I forgot about the buildable Buzz.
Yeah, oh, you know? Oh, cool.
No, I feel like I've like you mentioned it before, and I completely forgot it existed.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's so many sets where it's like I'll forget it exists, and then someone brings it up. I'm like, that's cool. I forgot about that. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me. But then I want it, so.
Yeah, like, great. What do I do now? Money. It's like with the ocean. Was it the old fishing store? Like somebody mentioned the other day, it's like, I forgot it existed. Darn it. I need to spend money on it now.
Like, man, I need it.
Just go for it though. I've kind of gotten to that point in a city though where like I'm really limited for space, so I can only really buy things if I know where it's gonna go. So big sets, like I have an easy way to like talk myself out of it, because I'm like, well, where would I put it? Which is kind of why I haven't got the Home Alone set, because I got really close to buying that because it looked so good, but I ended up talking myself out of that. So sadly, it looked so nice.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those sets, like same with all of the Winter Village stuff. It's really cool from like October, November, December, and then January you're like, why did I get this? Like, where am I going to put it now? It's not relevant. I mean, I'm glad I have it. Like, it's a really great set. But it's like, well, now what?
It's quite big, isn't it? Yeah.
So it's weird because it fits on like the Billy bookcases. These are like the standard IKEA stuff. You can't really see over there. So it fits, but you have to take off the back kitchen area and the tree. But like, so it kind of like you have to alter it and just put the other stuff maybe to the side of it.
Like that doesn't seem too crazy an alteration to have to fit it.
No, it's not crazy. It's just like you can't really keep the whole set together. So when I did display it, I had like just the house over there and then the weird accessories and car and all that just kind of hanging out to the side. But
I kind of quite like the van in my city because I quite like the van design. It's like really sweet, but like to buy a £220 set for just the car seems slightly ludicrous. So far being sensible.
Right. Yeah, the car is very good. Like usually I overlook the vehicles. Like I just don't really care. I'm not a car person. It's like it's not my thing, except the Mystery Machine. Same. I will always love the Mystery Machine. But
special place in your heart.
Yeah, it's just there. Like they have 2 of them right now at like Bricks and Minifigs, the resale store near us, and it's taken everything in me not to just make like a clone army of Mystery Machines.
Like I need 3, right? Like who doesn't?
I already have 2. I'm like, do I get 2 more? Do I do that? Is that worth it?
They're taking over the city. You could like have them in various places in your city and like have different scenes of different like episodes and like I don't know, like
that would be really cool. Yeah, you could definitely get creative with it. I have actually like right now I have 1 Mystery Machine there. There's 1 on my Scooby display over there. So yeah, I mean, if there's not 1 in the city, there's definitely opportunity for that.
You need 1 in the city. Come on.
I know, I do. Once I get better at working on the city, I'm just gonna like, I don't know. I have my Scooby mansion in there, so I might like put it over there, but then I'll put 1 in that area, but then I'll need 1 downtown. So I need like 12.
Evidently, you've just justified why you need to buy both of those.
Yes, exactly.
So easy.
Oh man. Guido's in the chat saying Mystery Machine is not just a car. Exactly. It is much more than that. It is a lifestyle, probably.
It's a little bit like I've added my because I had 2 Ford Anglias. I had 1 with Privet Drive and 1 with the Whomping Willow set. So I put 1 in the city because it's actually quite a cute car.
It is cute.
So I keep forgetting where my camera actually is. But come on. So
that
cute.
Is a cute one.
I was actually driving to work like a few weeks ago and like 1 drove past like in the Harry Potter color and I was like, oh my god.
Oh, that's wild.
That's pretty cool.
So something like interesting, my family used to host exchange students through high school. Like they would come live with us for a year. And so a lot of them were from Germany. And it like random side note, but it's just kind of interesting because like they grew up in Germany, they were watching like Harry Potter, but dubbed into German. And so when they came with us and like over the holidays, we were watching Harry Potter, of course, like in English. And they were all like, I never thought about it, but wow, I didn't know they had British accents. Like it just wasn't something they thought about. So they were watching, they're like, I just never thought about this. It makes sense, but wow, that's weird.
I think I watched the first 3 in Dutch because they were kids movies. So, because in the Netherlands, because we're a tiny country, they tend to dub kids movies, but they're not adult movies. So we are used to having them with subtitles. So they will be in whatever native language they would have been. So generally like English, and then it'll be just Dutch subtitles underneath. But obviously the Harry Potter ones, the first few are kind of kids movies. So they were still all dubbed. And I think they continue to dub them. I just have never seen like the Deathly Hallows in Dutch, which would probably be a really weird experience. But yeah, so I watched the first few in Dutch and then I just switched to English and then I realized that was so much nicer because we grew up knowing subtitles as a thing. Like that's just something, I don't know. I speak to a lot of people now. They're like, oh my God, like I hate it when it has subtitles. I was like, never really thought of it as like not being an option. Like that was just what movies were like.
Right. I mean, there's reality TV now. And like, there's like some of them from other countries on Netflix and I'm like, oh, that's neat. Like, should I check that out? And I'll like watch the trailer and it's like dubbed, but it sounds so weird because it's like a different language and it's like, it just doesn't come across right. It's so weird and I hate it. Like I can't do that. I'm very much a subtitle person. Even Squid Game. I watched Squid Game. I read Squid Game. I did not like.
You were cool.
I was, yeah. Does that make me better? I don't know.
Absolutely. You win. Anybody else? Shoot the original nerd.
Yep, I read all of it. But I mean, also subtitles, like it makes you sit there and watch it, you know, like
yeah.
like you're not on your phone. I will get on my phone immediately, like no matter where I am. I'm so distracted. Everything I do is on my phone. You know, I feel like that's like a downside of having this as your job.
That.
Everything's just right there. So it's like, oh, how's my video doing? Like, how's, you know, what's everyone up to? Whatever.
But like messages and stuff from Discord and stuff, because like the members are like such a lovely little bunch, and I just really like being on my own Discord and like just chatting to people. Yeah. So I get distracted by the messages because I'm like, ooh, what's going on? Ooh, have they bored now? Like I'm just really curious. And then Venice is there like, dude, we're trying to watch a movie. Like, pay attention.
Oh man.
So I try.
Oh, that's amazing though. Oh, let's see.
It's fun, right? Like, I love seeing what other people... I actually started watching or getting into Lego. I started to watch Brixie because I just really enjoyed watching somebody else spend money that, you know, tends to be cheaper than do it yourself.
Right? Just live through them. You know, if they spend $1,000, that means you didn't, and you could still kind of enjoy it.
Exactly. But I got to enjoy it, like, through a screen.
Right? Also, Bernardo, thank you so much for becoming a member. You rock. I really appreciate it. Check out the Discord. And yeah, it's really great to have you here. Thank you so much. Aww. Yay, new member. Hype. Woo.
So how do you find Ninjago City so far? Well, City Gardens.
I really like it. You know, I feel like I always knew I would like it. And it makes me want to watch Ninjago. Like, I haven't seen any of it, so I really have no idea who even any of the characters are. I don't know about their powers or ninja, whatever. Like, I really don't know. But I feel like I should. And I feel like, I don't know. I feel weird building this, and especially like interacting with people on the internet that do know everything about Ninjago. They're like, how dare you? You know?
There's some really good fans of it. I was very impressed.
Yeah, there's some huge Ninjago fans, and it's bigger than I thought it would be. And I guess it's just because I like kind of surround myself by adults who, you know, maybe don't gravitate towards it as much as like a younger audience. But you can't tell me that this is a set for kids. Like you cannot tell me that this is a toy.
But
like,
at this point, like Ninjago's been around for so long as well that like quite a few kids that maybe have watched it when they were kids are like teenagers, or all the teenagers now. So they maybe if they have like a side job, they can afford those bigger sets, which is going to be like such a cool, because it's an amazing set. Like I have a lot of love for that set. I've got it actually.
Show us.
I should probably lift up my phone. Hold up. Shaky cam coming up. So it's just right here.
Ooh. Oh, all the lights are there?
Yeah, it's all lit up. But obviously, like, the main light's on, so you can't see as well. But
oh, man. Oh, wait, real quick. Just for everyone in chat right now, if you're not subscribed to Johanna, you should be. Like, please, like, there's a link right below. Like, if you're watching on your computer, just, like, right-click on the link, new tab, go subscribe. Because her Lego City is fantastic. Like, it's a very like realistic Lego. Like, it's very real for a lot of us to have a small space, you know, to work with. And I feel like, you know, our Lego City, Brixie's Lego City, like most Lego cities you see are not the norm, you know. So it's like it's very, I don't know, relatable. I feel like your Lego City looks like.
I feel like I've sort of gone a bit crazy though.
It's maybe a little crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like if people join now, they'd be like, this is insane. And then especially when they realize, oh my God, she's like bought all of that within a year and a half. Like, because I look, oh my God, this is funny. I was going, you know how like Facebook and Instagram and like, I don't know if Android phones do it, but my iPhone like occasionally go like, oh, this is your memory from like last year or whatever. Oh. And there was a picture of my city, which is essentially Assembly Square, the Persian restaurant, and like a graveyard mock. And I think the diner at this point last year. I was like, oh my God, like that's a year ago. What's happened since?
It's nice you have that though, so you can see like how far you've come, how crazy you've been over the last year. Just
how much money I've spent.
Money, that's a big one.
I still haven't dared like add it all up because I'm like, I don't think I'm ready to know.
Oh man, recently we were having fun just going through Brickset and trying to figure out, you know, how many sets we have and maybe how much at retail we spend. But a lot of our collection is like older, so we paid probably double than, you know, more than retail for it. But man, that like kind of hurts to like actually see a number. You're like, okay, that's not real.
It's also like value at that point, isn't it? Like you paid retail, but maybe it's worth more now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
oh, sorry, I've made a little obstacle.
That's all right. There's bags everywhere.
HighTeaToys story
Yes.
checks out.
Thanks, Bean. I can't not do a cuisine now.
You can't what?
Like neological is like when you bring me tea, it just happens anyway.
Oh right, yeah. Well,
Thank you.
here you go.
Oh.
It's in like a cute little cat cup.
That is very cute. Oh, I love that. Okay, real quick, Heather Pugh, thank you so much for becoming a member. Come hang out with us on Discord, and we're so happy to have you. Thank you so much. And I think we have a super chat down here from Wiley Todd. Thank you so much, Wiley, for the $20. I really appreciate it. Let's put you on the screen. There we go. I'm not a big Lego fan. I'm not a big fan of Lego, but the past 5 years, I've been watching a lot of Lego content. I really appreciate your content, Emily, because you're near my age, which helps. Glad you guys are in the community for people like me. Oh, that's so sweet, Wiley. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, I feel like just in YouTube and social media in general, you want to find people you relate to. You know, that's the biggest thing. And so, yeah, we're just, I don't know, me and Ross are just figuring things out as we go, working on our Lego City, finding new themes every day. So thank you so much, Wiley. We really appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoyed the content. Check out Johanna too. Check out her channel.
Isn't that what we all do though? We just figure things out as we go.
We're just doing our best, you know? I feel like, I don't know, sometimes like as creators, I feel like we're almost like expected to know everything. And it's like, I don't know anything at all.
Yeah, and then I just message you going, Emily, like, I'm so lost. What do I do? And you're like, yeah, I just do this, but I don't know if that's right either.
Yeah, like
trying.
We're just doing our best at all times. We, you know.
I'm like, where's the rule book of YouTube? Like, where is, like, what do I need to do?
Right? I wish there was one, man.
Yes, it'd be nice to have a guide.
Right.
I was looking at tax returns and stuff, and I was like, I don't feel like I'm an adult now. Like, this seems very daunting.
Yeah, too scary. Nope. Yep. Not feeling it.
Noping out's not helpful though. Somebody sadly has to do it. It tends to be me. I'm like, why? Oh, I hate tax returns.
But man, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, even with like I try to make my content like as like relatable as possible, where it's like, you know, here's my Lego City. It's kind of a mess. We haven't had time to clean it. You know, it's just like, you know, this is real. It's kind of cluttered right now. We're working on it, but you know, it's slow. Or, you know, like even with building mocs, I feel like I've come a long way with mocs from just being too scared to even try to now I'm like, you know, let's do this. Like, I'm going to try it. And you know, I'll be the first to admit, like, I'll try something 3 or 4 times before I'm happy with how it looks.
Oh, yeah. But, like, that's how you learn, right?
Yeah. No, exactly.
It's just kind of scary doing that with an audience.
Yeah.
Because I think you probably set a standard for yourself as to, like, what you expect from yourself before you want to share it with, like, the world. Right. So you put quite a bit of pressure on. Because I did quite a lot of mocs when I started, and I really loved it. And then I don't know, I started YouTube, and obviously, like, I also started my job again, so I was on my screen a bit more, so I did a bit less mocking, and now I feel, like, way more daunted, because, like, I don't know, if I put something out, like, people are going to see it, like, what if it's not good enough? Like, yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I mean, even with, I think, like, with our Lego City, too, that's why, or maybe it's not why, but it's part of the reason why we maybe don't make as many city updates, and it's just because, like, we haven't done enough this time to like warrant it, even though, you know, we've added like 3 or 4 road plates, and it's like, you know, this is really, really cool. Like I should show this, you know, our little progress, but I'm just like, well, it's not enough. Like people won't care if, you know, I've only done this much. So I'll just wait. And then it just never happens.
I kind of feel like it'd be nice to show that though, because that is just the reality of having a city. Like you're not going to be doing super exciting new modular projects every week, but
right.
But like things like adding more road plates or like changing a scene or adding a tree like makes such a big difference if you're working on these cities. Like that's what it's like to have Lego cities.
Yeah.
Adding the modulars like the highlights. I mean, I like doing anything, but yeah, like it's fine to show that side of it, right? I tend to do a bit of dump vlog where I'm like, this is my whole week. These are the random projects I've been working on, just to kind of go, like I'm doing Lego. None of it alone makes a video, but all together it's like, this is just what I'm up to.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a slow process, you know, and I think that's kind of good though, too, because I mean, like, let's be real, Lego's very expensive. And, you know, if you just did it all at once, like you're spending so much on the city, like you want to enjoy it. It should be like an ongoing project, hopefully forever. And then when you're done, you like just tear it down and probably do it again, you know?
Well, yeah, I'm getting to this point now where like, because I've been working on it for a while, like things that I did at the very start, I'm like, oh, I can probably do better now, so I'll try something else. My next big project is, I kind of came up with this whilst I was on my live stream last Wednesday, because I was working on like the really cool like ice. I don't think they're coming out tomorrow in the US, but the like the new Chinese New Year ice festival.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was really beautiful, and I was like, oh, this would be so cool in the city, like for a winter theme, because I try and theme my city every season to have like snow or whatever, or like autumn leaves. Yeah. This would be so cool for winter, but there's no room in my park. It's like, but my park is like on the edge of my city. Let me show you, so you have a visual whilst I'm talking. So I could like just basically move it out like that. So why don't I make like a Mills Plate park that I can change every season, or even once I've had more parts and over time, like even like make a Halloween version and make like a winter version and a Christmas, like I could all do these things. And then we were talking as well, like we could do like a members showcase, like the week of my channel anniversary, which is in August. We could all have like everybody submit like an 8x8 mock, and like have each sig fig present their little mock like in the city park, like a grand exhibition. I was like, oh my god, that'd be so much fun. So
that's such a fun idea. No, I love that.
It would be really fun. It's also now like, shit, I need to create like 20,000 like Mills plates to have these various city parks, but it will be really, really fun. And it's a good excuse to buy more sets from Lego when they come out, because otherwise I didn't have room for them.
Very good excuse. Do we need more excuses though? Like, really?
I can't place anywhere. I find it harder to justify. So now I'm like, it's going in the park. Obviously I need it.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself buying quite a lot from bricks and minifigs?
Oh gosh, too much. Like we're there at least like 3 or 4 times a week. It's honestly ridiculous, but I mean, it's a kind of thing where it's always changing. Like people come in even while we're there sometimes. That, you know, I won't really see anything I'm into, and then someone will bring in a bunch of stuff while we're there, like the whole SpongeBob wave, and you're like, kind of hovering, like waiting for them to leave so you can be like, okay, how much are those? Like, should I get them?
And they're like, oh, hello, you're still here. Well, there we go.
Right? It's like, okay. Yeah, I mean,
they have you on speed dial at this point, I'm sure.
Basically, right? It's like I'm always there. I mean, sometimes we just go to chat. Like they're like some of our friends now, and it's, you know, sometimes you just need to talk Lego with people. Like, you know, I obviously don't get to do that enough every day, so I need to go venture out of the house to go do that. But
yeah, Ben's really patient with me, but like there is a limit.
Right.
I'm still trying to get him into it though. I got him like the dinosaur fossil set for Christmas.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, I mean, I forgot that I bought it for him for Christmas, so I found it on the 29th, so I gave it then. But like he actually built that on his own, like as a relaxing project. I was like, good, we have you hooked. This is a good start.
No, that's incredible. I love that. I mean, it's cool getting other people into your hobbies, you know, and I feel like with Lego, it's something kind of stereotypically just something you can kind of do alone. You know, you just buy a set, you build it, you're very introverted maybe, and it's just like, okay, like that was fun. Put it on my shelf, look at it. But it's nice bringing other people in, and there's a lot of different ways to like do it with other people. Like even with like this set here, there's 3 different instruction books. You can pass one on, you know, to Ben, to Ross, and it's like, okay, let's just do this together. This will be fun. Little nighttime activity, watch a movie.
And everybody gets like different things out of it as well. Like I just find that so nice.
Oh, yeah.
When I went to the brick fair in Sheffield, like it was so nice to talk to various people that are really into Lego for different reasons, and you just there like, oh my god, we all have this common. I don't know. I got really. It was so nice just to meet people that were generally also as crazy as I was. So that was really good.
Like one of my favorite things, like at the Lego store, like before release days, usually like the first 5 people in line, they always get there very early, so like we're all friends, like we're all in the lug together. But then, you know, past that, usually I'm standing next to someone who I don't know, and so, you know, I'll always ask, like, oh, like, what are you here for? There's a bunch coming out today. And
yeah, and that crazy person that starts talking to people as well. Like, oh, hi.
And it's just so fun because you're like, oh, like, why are you here? Like, what are you getting? And typically it's someone new. They're like, oh, you know, I just got into Lego, you know, over the last year or so, and like now I'm here. It's like, wow, you know, like it's just really cool seeing how many new people are getting into it. And like a lot of times it's women too. Like it's people like our age that are like, yeah, you know, I like Lego now. I didn't think I would. Winnie the Pooh got me into it, and now I'm, you know, just.
Oh like yeah, actually, I hadn't thought of that. That's like indeed quite a good starting set, isn't it?
Right? Yeah, it really is. I think I got that for my friend. Like, she had never had Lego sets, and that was her first Lego set.
God,
And
she was
so excited. She loved it.
I love that set so much. I think also it was like, I wouldn't ever call a Lego build difficult, but I feel like that was like a nice little challenge, and it just I just love that set a lot. It's so in my park. I can't not have it on display that closely.
Oh,
it's
I love
just
that.
so colorful and happy.
It's such a good one. So let me ask you, what is your favorite set, or like top 5 or something? Like, what are your favorites? What sets just make you so happy?
Oh my god. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go with Ninjago City Gardens. It's up there. I think it is because that was my first sort of big set after I got Assembly Square. So basically, it was Diagon Alley, which I knew I was going to love because obviously it was Harry Potter. I loved the build of it. It was really fun. Then I got Assembly Square, which obviously got me hooked into like modular. So when I then got the diner and the Prussian restaurant, like I knew I was going to love them. But Ninjago City Gardens, that was just after I kind of, you know, when you just get into Lego and you start discovering all the stuff you've missed out on, like you've made a video about that, like all my favorite themes are dead. Like, oh my god, yes, I feel that. So I just discovered that like Ninjago City existed, and I was like, wow, I need the set. And I had my eye on one that was like for sale, new in box near me, and I just couldn't quite do it for some reason. And then basically Lego announced Ninjago City Gardens, which was both really exciting, but also meant that the Ninjago City set went straight away. So I lost out on that one. But I got the Ninjago City one in stores. Like, that is what I got last year. So I didn't buy that much from Jan 1st because, like, I think this came out like Jan 16th or something, like a bit later into January. And I got that one straight away because I was like, I need this. And I had no real expectations of what it was going to be like because it was such a different set to what I built. And I was just blown away with it because I think it has everything that I love. So that's definitely up there. Like, that, I can think of that right now. Like, that has to be there.
No, I love that. Yeah, I mean, those are all really good sets too. And I feel like they are sets that, especially like, you know, over the last few years, being stuck at home most of the time, they're just sets that I feel like, you know, people kind of like early in their careers, you know, are getting into. It's like, you know, you're revisiting your childhood, or maybe you've seen it, like, you know, me, like I saw Ross getting it and I'm like, oh, Lego's neat. Maybe I should buy these. These are good. I'll just spend all my money. We have a super chat from Brian Anderson. Thank you so much for the $20, Brian. I really appreciate the support. Finally made it, but only for a little bit. This is awesome. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Brian. Yeah, we are having a blast. HighTeaToys. Johanna is drinking her tea. So, you know, very on brand. I actually also have tea.
Oh yeah, I forgot that that's on brand actually. Thanks for pointing that out.
I think this is like jasmine rose tea.
Ooh,
it's actually
mine's orange and lotus, which sounds really posh, but isn't really.
It sounds very posh. I don't even know what
I'll go with it. I'm very posh, of course. Like,
oh my
totally.
God. Oh man. But thank you again, Brian. Really appreciate it. It's great to have you here.
Should we see if there's like some questions in the chat?
Yeah, do you see any? I'm trying my best.
Yeah, no, I know. I did this with Danny some time ago on my channel, and like I realized that multitasking was not my strong suit.
It's so hard. Yeah, so for those of y'all watching in chat, thank you so much for being here. I promise we are not ignoring you. We're just having a really good time.
Just trying.
Oh man. Oh, Captain Zan is calling Saurus tea. I'll change my name. I love it. Gotta stay hydrated. I think this is dehydrating me because of caffeine, but it works. Yeah.
Mine has caffeine. Oh, somebody was asking how are our builds coming along. Do you wanna go?
Yeah, let's do it. So here's kind of where I'm at. Me and Ross last night, we've been watching New Girl. I had never seen it. He like really likes that show. So we've been watching New Girl at night while building together. And so this is kind of where I'm at so far. It's starting to look like a building. I feel like after my first build stream, I had done like 2 or 3 bags, but it was really just like the base plate was covered. And
that takes a while.
So yeah, it has kind of a roof, and then I'll build up from there, I guess. So yeah, and then here's what I've done so far. It looks like nothing, but it's just because we're having a really good time.
It's an ice cream shop.
Yeah, little ice cream. Super cute.
Sorry. For people that are in the chat, I'm streaming on my phone, so like my screen is like teeny tiny. So I'm just trying to see like I finished my first bag. So this is the City of Lanterns for those of you that didn't know what I was building, even though there's a lovely thumbnail. It's my first Monkey Kid set, which is very exciting, even though I have sort of like a mock of the ramen shop there, which I've mocked in different colors recently, but that is based on Monkey Kid. But this is the first building that they released, so now I have it. And I have done the base, which is slightly boring, but any good set starts with a sturdy base.
Right? A very boring base. But then the more boring the base, I think the better the set is.
Absolutely.
Then it's more
like, City.
Yeah, you get more excited. You're like, that was boring. But then it's like, now this is exciting. I'm building an ice cream shop.
After I've placed 200,000 tiles, I can go.
Right? It's like, finally, we can do something cool. Oh, look, super chat from Joseph T. Thank you so much for the $20. Joseph saying, congrats on 27K followers, Emily. So well deserved.
God, well done.
Yay! You and Johanna are my two favorite Lego YouTubers. Both got me back into Lego. Happy building. Oh, that makes me so happy. Like, I love seeing people getting back into Lego. Like, and I feel like I've mentioned this in one of my recent videos, just talking about, like, I feel like our channel is kind of like a journey of a new Lego fan, kind of like discovering the hobby, and like you're kind of coming along with me. It's like, as I discover new things, it's like, wow, that's neat, and kind of, I don't know, always just figuring out new things about Lego and like getting more and more into it through time. So it's always really cool seeing other people, like, you know, kind of following that same path and like along for the journey as well. So your video you did recently about like, I'm a fake fan type thing, like, I don't know what your thumbnail was exactly, but I think it was something along those lines. Yeah.
Like, that really struck a chord with me, because I remember when I started, obviously my channel is much smaller, so I'm under less scrutiny, which is very lovely. Like, it's all still really just lovely everywhere, which I'm very grateful for. But I remember when I started my YouTube channel, I kind of just wanted something to do, and I was getting back into Lego, and I was like, oh, it'd be really fun to kind of film the journey for myself, because no, you can't find these videos, just first of all, but when I was like a teenager, I did some videos on like book reviews, and like I filmed like my journey to school, because I used to travel for like an hour and stuff, and like they're like little time capsules now. And even though I'm not that interested in the book reviews I've done, like I really like that I filmed like my journey to school, because like I can never relive that, but like that video exists. So to me, that has quite a lot of value. Like, nobody else cares, but I do. So I thought, if I start like documenting my journey of Lego, like that's going to be pretty fun for me to look back on, like, oh my God, that's where I started and this is where I am now. Which is already kind of the case, really. Like, going back to like looking what I had a year and a half ago to now is already like, oh my God, no wonder I'm broke.
Right.
But like, that's kind of how I started. So I feel like when you then say, oh, you know, my opinions changed as I learned more, or, you know, there was a theme I discarded and then I found something out and now I love it. Like, that's such a natural thing you do when you're, because like you may be like, oh, this is not for me, and then you see like an amazing mock by somebody, you're like I saw an amazing Minecraft mock, and like, oh my God, do I now need to try Minecraft? Like, this looks so much fun. Like, it's so nice to be shown like new stuff, and like, and sometimes you just go, oh, I guess that needs to also take all my money. Oops.
Right. That's like the only reason I do try to have blinders when like, you know, because I don't want to buy everything, and I don't think that's even realistic. Like, I'm really trying to limit my spending this year. Last year we went a little crazy, but you know, it was like, you know, whatever, we're just getting into it. There were so many cool sets, and like, especially like on the aftermarket, just everything I wanted was retired. So of course it cost a ton, but then
it just gets so expensive.
Yeah, dude, it's wild. Like, Lego is so expensive, and I feel like my friends and family think I'm insane, and like they're probably like, there's no way you're not like broke. Like, how do you feed yourselves? But it's, you know, it's something that makes us happy. It holds its value. And so that's what I say to, you know, make myself feel less insane about spending.
You and all of us Lego addicts that are like, yeah, it's fine. Like, it's worth what I put into it, right? It's totally not a silly purchase.
Right? It's totally normal, you know.
Yeah.
$800 Lego set? Yeah, fine.
Bring it on.
That's reasonable. Yeah. But
I was saying to Ben, actually, if I had to do like my in-depth expenses for my business, like, not that I really see this as a business, but like, there's not really another good word to describe it. Like, if I had to balance the book, like, expenses would just be like 5,000 times more than like the income from YouTube. But I'm using like the, I don't know, £50 that I get to go, see, it's fine. Like I'm being paid to do this. I'm just totally kidding myself.
It makes me feel so much like better about it, I think, you know?
Yeah, like Google wants me to do this. I have no choice.
I mean, I think like, so we do save our receipts, and I have a folder just full of receipts, but sometimes I'll go to the Lego store and buy like a Pab Cup. And so I have tons of receipts of just like one small thing.
Yeah. But then
I'm not looking forward to like going through that later. I really don't.
Yeah.
That's the last thing I want to do. It sounds exhausting. Oh man.
Yep. I can see now why accountants are so busy.
Right. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. So Elizabeth's in chat saying my family staged a Lego intervention on Christmas Eve, but then they gave me the bookshop and R2D2 for Christmas. That is fantastic. I don't know. At least they have a good sense of humor about it. You know, that's so funny.
That is amazing.
I love that.
Like my family's in a different country. Nobody can intervene. Ben just occasionally goes, really? And then I'm going, I'm sorry.
Right. I mean, I feel like it's hard when like both of you are into it. Like Ross got me into Lego, and now I'm here, but now we hype each other up. Like usually I feel like a lot of my friends, their significant others are like, no, you don't need that. Stop. So it's like, okay, I don't need it. But I'm like, that looks cool. And Ross is like, yeah, it does. Let's go get it. Oh, man. Like,
I think Ben, like he's very supportive of it because he like just wants me to be happy, but also like he will make me think twice if he thinks it's a lot. Like if I decide that like I want to spend it and it's worth it to me, like he's super happy for me to go for it. It is kind of useful to have this sort of second thought, because sometimes you can get, I'm mostly like that online where you kind of feel like, oh, I'm just gonna buy this to make myself feel better, and I'm like, actually it's quite useful to have that second filter, whereas in stores I tend to be much more considered.
Yeah,
so a bit of that.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely that's good. That's a good thing. It's nice to have someone checking you, so you're not just like buying something from hype, you know?
Yeah, like, but he's like checking just for my own sake, really. And then if I'm going, no, I want this, I can justify it this way. I'm like, cool, go for it. And then I know that he really likes it at the same time because, like, for example, he came to pick me up for my friend today, and he was like, oh yeah, I was on the phone to some friends yesterday while I was playing D&D, and I showed them the Lego room. So like, he's evidently showing it off to people as well.
Oh my goodness. That's amazing. I mean, like, I feel like even here, like whenever we have friends over, I feel kind of weird. I mean, we don't have friends over that often. It's like very rarely. All my friends like live around the country, so whenever they're back visiting, they're like, oh, like, you know, we'll show them the Lego room and the updates, and like, you know, last time one of my friends was here, the Lego City was in the old room where it was like a room kind of similar to this size, and now it's in a much larger room, and they were just like, what? This is your, wow, that's crazy. But I don't know, it's like fun sharing your hobby with others and like showing them. And, you know, I feel like for the most part, like friends and family are very like understanding, and they think it's cool. You know, it's like,
I mean, I think they find it really cool in the same way that like you go to a cool museum, because it's kind of like that to people. You kind of just go, whoa, this is like insane, but like really cool to look at. So yeah.
Right. No, that's very true. I think it was on like Cali Brick Click. They were talking about how everyone's Lego room, like they love seeing it, like any chance they get to, you know, go to someone's house and see their Lego room. They're like, yes, because it's always so different and it's so personal to each person. Like I'm very I try to be very minimalist with my display, and so I have, you know, even with the limited amount you can see behind me, it's, you know, you can see every
clean and thought about. Yeah.
So I want it like clean. I just broke it. But then like, you know, some people are just like, as much as I can put here, I'm going to do it. And it's like, good, you know, like that's so cool. You know, so it's just so different for every person, how they display their Lego, how they interact with it. I think it's neat.
And there is nothing like seeing Lego in real life. Like it's just not the same. Like I feel like every set I buy, maybe it's because my room is a bit small, but like every set I buy is bigger in real life than like it looks when I see it on like videos or when I see it in the store. Even like if it's in front, like Ninjago City, when it was done, I was like, oh my god, like this is massive.
Right?
Like it just doesn't like. It's still really cool to see on screen. Don't get me wrong. Like, guys, thanks for being here. But like, but
right?
yeah, it's even better. Like, even if you've seen it on screen, like, it's gonna be also still really awesome having it yourself. Like, it's not like it's either or really. Do you see what I mean? I feel like I'm rambling.
No, it's totally different. Like, I mean, I feel like that when like I'll see something on TV and I'll go to that place like in real life or something. And you're like, this doesn't look like what I saw on the TV. Like this is different. Or like you'll see a picture of, I don't know, a landmark beforehand and you'll go see it downtown somewhere and you're like, that looks way cooler. Why?
Yeah.
Wow.
I went to London once, like was it the first time I went to London? Yeah, probably, like when I was 15. And the way I described it to my mum at the time was like, it's just so HG, because obviously it's real, but because like I'd seen it on pictures like so often, and all of a sudden like it was real, and like the fact that it was so sharp, I guess, is like sort of, I was trying to like describe to her like what that was like, but obviously it was real. Like I was there, but like it was such like a crazy moment. It's like, oh, it's just so good in real life.
Right. Oh man. Yeah, it's always so different. And so yeah, like I don't know. I feel like if someone were to see my Lego collection in person, it would look way different. But I mean, that's why it's so cool to like, I don't know, go visit and like the brick conventions, Lego conventions, and all that.
Oh my god, yeah, so true.
It's so different. I just love that.
Okay, let me just have a quick look at the chat.
Oh,
Owen's here. Hi, Owen.
Tyson.
Oh, Kevin.
Oh, what's going on? I'm Bored Toys. Welcome, welcome. Which, by the way, y'all, thank you all so much for being here. If you are not familiar with Johanna's channel, please do subscribe to her. Go check her out. The link is like right below. Go click on it and subscribe to her. She does tons of Lego City stuff, some vlogs. Like if you enjoy my content, you will also enjoy Johanna. Please go check her out. She's fantastic. Do you want to show your Lego City real quick? Can you like move the camera?
I'll do more showing off, shall I?
Show off to everybody.
So here is the city. I'm adding more lights. I've just added a new modular. This is sneak peeks because I'm doing a vlog on this actually. None of this has been shown recently, but yeah, I've got all my lights on at the moment. Let me move it up a bit.
That looks so good. Man.
Got my haunted house in the corner, and then up there, it's my Ninjago area. Dogs, city.
Man. Yeah, for those of y'all in chat, Johanna is definitely like the inspiration for like dealing with small spaces in Lego City. Like I don't know how you've like stuck so much Lego in there. Like it's honestly impressive. I don't think I could actually work
I'm quite like happy with it. Like I didn't quite think it was going to look like this. Obviously it's not very realistic with the 2 levels. Like minifigures will struggle getting from the bottom to the top, but I'll just pretend there is teleporter somewhere. There was one time I was going to build them.
Put like a little thing or like elevator mock or something, so it's like transporting between worlds. I don't know.
I should like put like a random door in like an alley somewhere with just like the door to the bottom level.
Right? There's your solution. Just magic, you know.
Right?
Potter's involved. It's, you know, no muggles allowed through the door, but everyone else welcome. It works.
I'm just building city. Sorry, I keep forgetting that I'm using that camera, so I keep putting in the wrong place. But I think this is like a little nod to like the Octan colors.
Oh.
But it's like in the City of Lanterns for Monkey Coat, and I just thought that was really fun.
Oh, that is cool. Yeah, I don't think I would have caught that. That's really cool. Man.
Well, I just don't know. I feel like the colors. What did I bit? I think it's in. Yeah, I had the corner garage recently that I was mucking around with, so I think that's probably why it's on the front of mind, because that has obviously quite a lot of Octan stuff in it.
Man, so how do you like that set so far? And that's not your first Monkey Kid set, right? You have a few.
No, this is my first one.
Really?
I've got a ramen shop mock, which is based on the building that comes with the Monkey King mech, but I don't actually own that set. I may have begged stickers of Lego for that. And they send them to me, which is really nice. Their customer service is great. Don't worry, I didn't pull a "do you know who I am?" I just said I'm doing this project, like please, and they were like, okay, it's fine.
Oh, that's
so I've got that in the corner just here. I've recently changed them to dark tan and dark bluish grey, but I used to have it in tan and light bluish grey, so it looked more like the original building I was basing it off. But so that's actually the only kind of Monkey King I have. I have been given that sort of like what do you call them, like the booster packs, you know, the minifigure packs that you get. You have them now for the, like, they just released those Star Wars ones,
Yeah.
Have they got a name?
Accessory packs?
Accessory packs. Let's go with that.
That's what I call
Yeah,
them.
so there is a Monkey King kid one where there's like which is in the city. So there's like the little buildable cars, and there's a main. Oh, you can't see. Sorry, but it's like a main minifigure and everything, which is really cute. So that's the. I guess technically that was my first one, but this is like the first big one.
Yeah. Oh, that's so exciting, man. Yeah, we have I think only one Monkey Kid set. It's the big barge, the headquarters, and
Oh, that looks amazing.
it's really cool. It's like in a bag in the other room. I'm like, this deserves more than that, but
Not the bag.
It's just like in a plastic bag. I'm like, oh,
The bag of shame.
it is. It like really is. But man,
But
yeah,
you were saying that you're gonna have like an Ninjago area, aren't you? Like with this set, but like you're not making it mills. You're just keeping on a base plate. Do you want to just? I want to hear more. What are your plans?
Yeah. So, oh gosh, it's so difficult. But what we're planning on for the Lego City is doing like a Ninjago area where we have Ninjago City. We just got that one recently, and it'll be in our next city update. I just filmed it and edited it, so it'll be out hopefully like tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. Like finally a city video after so many months. But yeah, so the whole city is mills. And then at the end of the mills, we're going to do like a boardwalk type, like, I don't know, some sort of just wall, I guess, to divide it, to have it be like, I don't know, like a river in a downtown area. Like I think Copenhagen kind of thing, where it's just like kind of like a river right next to all these buildings. And then, yeah, over there, kind of coming out from the water in this swampy kind of river thing, it'll be Ninjago City. And I hope it works. I hope that not building it on mills is not a mistake, because I am not retiling this. So we're just gonna make it work. I'm not going back.
I made mine mills later on. It wasn't too bad. It just took a bit of time, but because it's 2 layers. So remember when you were putting the tiles down, it was like plates and then tiles. So actually, like it wasn't. I mean, I find that I don't mind doing it anyway because I quite enjoy it. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. It took. It obviously took a little bit longer, but like it wasn't super painful because everything else lifts up so easily, and like all the bases of the buildings came kind of off in like chunks, so it's easier to put them over. Because I found I had them on a base plate before, but because I was moving them so high up, like I couldn't have it on a base plate because it'd be way too like flimsy. Like it was definitely going to fall. And moving it onto mills was it's given me more confidence moving it because it gets really heavy. It's fine if you take all the bits off and you put them down and then move the button, but like if everything is together, because it's like this tall and you're just walking there like, oh my god, this all falls apart.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it's a really good idea. And yeah, I guess I see what you're saying with it too. It would probably be easy enough.
Yeah,
but I still don't want to do it. I don't know. I redid all of my modulars to mills, and
takes some time.
It's kind of stressful because you're taking it off and you're like, oh gosh, oh no. And it just breaks.
Yeah, I ended up with some random bits that are like, this was obviously on the set and I don't know where this has come from.
Right? And like for me, I don't know, like I'll make it work, you know. I'm not like everything needs to be exactly where it goes, especially for Lego City where it's, you know, you're kind of building around it anyways and whatever. But Ross does. He gets very stressed if things aren't exactly where they're supposed to be. Like that's why at the end of streams, if I'm like, I don't really know where this piece is supposed to go, like this isn't the next row. He's like, where does it go? Like he's like, where's the home? I need to find it. I'm way more lax about that stuff.
I guess that's the one benefit of just doing it for myself. Like nobody cares but me.
Right. Yeah. Oh man. Let's see. Oh, Crispy Gaming's asking what you're building. So yeah, what are you working on for those who are just joining?
City of Lanterns. Let me just. I have the box right here.
Oh, Monkey Kid. That's incredible. Like I feel like it's Ninjago City vibes, you know?
Yeah. So actually, the big plan is, I have a sort of 16x32 base plate in my Ninjago area in between the temple that comes to the set you're building, and then docks, which has a really sharp edge to it. Not sharp as in like it feels a bit unfinished. And in the pictures that Lego put out when they released Ninjago City Gardens, they had the temple sit against that, but it feels quite unfinished to me. So I kind of was like, oh, I want to do a mock here, which I was going to build from scratch to start with, which felt a little bit daunting, but generally when you start, it's generally daunting when you don't do it, but then when you start, you'll be okay. Yeah. But then this set was announced, and I was like, okay, I can't place anywhere. So theoretically, I should buy it, but I could use it as like my base for this mock. So essentially I'm going to build the city, like this City of Lanterns, as it's meant to be. Probably make a review because I just want to talk about them. It's too much fun. And then I'm going to probably scale it down a lot and make it into like a little mock, because it really, the buildable area I have available is like 16 by 16, which is like super tiny. So
Wow.
the monorail will have to go and stuff, but I'm very excited. So it's like a project in 2 parts.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love that. Like, it's kind of fun seeing how people change the sets or like modify the different Lego sets to make it work for them. Like, I love seeing that.
Yeah, and especially like most of us have very limited space. Like even people like Brooksy who have loads of room, there is still a limit. Like, you know, eventually he's going to run out of space as well, and you have to just become creative. And I really find that, for myself at least, actually being limited has pushed me to be more creative, because like you can't change the walls, so like what are you going to do? So actually it's been kind of fun. Like, actually I've really enjoyed being slightly limited, and the idea of like, because we want to move eventually, like get our own house because we live rented here. Like it would be really nice to have more room, but at the same time I'm like, I have to come up with an entirely new city concept, but like with all the sets already owned. Whereas before, when I started the city, it's kind of just like organically grown over time. But like, imagine planning from scratch with all the stuff. Like, you must have felt that moving it. Like, it's a bit overwhelming.
It's a lot. Yeah. I mean, for us before, I feel like we were definitely more confined with space. And then we moved into the other bedroom, and it's like, wow, we have so much room. Like, we, you know, no limit, you know. And now it's like, oh, yeah,
but what do we do?
Yeah, right. Like, how do you handle it? How do you work with the space? But I mean, you just gotta figure it out. You know, you play with things, you maybe like add a set, and then you're like, you know, this doesn't make me as happy as I thought it would. And so you put it somewhere else, or like display it instead.
Yeah.
Instead of having it in there. So I feel like it's more of it's definitely harder to build a city in a smaller space. And like, that's why I definitely admire your city so much, because for us, you know, you can just place it there. It's like, okay, cool. Like, we're done.
Your city has different challenges because you have a lot of space to fill with parks and stuff. I don't think you can say, oh, one is harder than the other. Like, they all have their unique challenges. So like, don't undermine your own city progress, because having like that much space available also comes with like so many options. Where do I even start? Because I found when I got really stuck with mocking, which I tend to like not do, like not share on my YouTube a lot, but I do a little bit. I was stuck because I was using stud.io or studio or stud.io, whatever you want to say. Okay, it's all good. And actually that can be really scary, because you have every single brick pretty much like at your disposal. So like, you can do anything, but that also means you can do anything. So what are you going to do? Whereas if you're building with your own bricks, there is a limit. Like, you have only a certain amount of bricks. So like, you're going to have to work within those limitations. And actually, in a way, that's quite therapeutic, and it makes you think differently. So, and you get to try things and then break it apart. So there is always different things that work.
Yeah. No, I can see what you mean. That would be super overwhelming. Yeah, I've never actually played with it, but I think I just can't figure out how to open it. So like, I've downloaded it, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna submit something to Lego Ideas, and it's gonna get to 10K, and it's gonna become a Lego set. This is gonna be great. And I'm like, okay, let's get started. And I'll like press open, and it's like, oh, this isn't like compatible with your OS. And you're like, well,
okay, we're gonna like
else to do now.
Just do a Skype call, Emily, and we're just gonna do stud.io.
Like, good. Yes, please help. I feel like it's also on me. I feel like I could have figured it out by now if I like really cared. I'm like,
But I think once you got the hang of it, like, it takes a few goes, and then you go, oh, okay, because like, you know how stuff works. Like, you'll be fine. It's just doing it, and it's actually really fun. So yes. Let's get Emily on stud.io. Do it.
And make a mock, submit it. Yes. I think that was my goal for the end of 2021, was like submit something to Lego Ideas. And I just never got around to figuring out my like operating system problems. So I was like, well, that's okay. Enough of that.
Just finished bag 2. It's still a random base, in case people wondered. But this is a cool technique. So like, you attach these things to the Technic thing, and then you add it on top, and it fits perfectly, and it's very satisfying. So
that is really cool.
There you have it. There's also a random
satisfying when like weird stuff like that just comes together. You're like, wow.
Yes, it does that as well.
So Okay, I'm really curious. With Lego for you, has it always been something like everyone in your life has known about, or like as you've like grown on YouTube and like made more videos, do your friends know about it, or are you very much like, oh, I just I don't have a huge room full of Lego, like that's not something in my
I
house.
don't talk Lego. I don't know.
So like, how in the Lego closet are you? I guess.
No, like I'm not very. Basically, it's just with anything that I am interested in, like I tend to just share. Like I try not to overwhelm anybody because obviously I appreciate that I am the weirdo here, but at the same time, like my people at work know that I really love Lego, and I don't think they quite appreciate to what extent, but actually on our Christmas call, we were all doing a Christmas call like on Zoom, obviously, because hey, pandemic times. And they made me go into the Lego room and show them, and I think a few of them all of a sudden went, oh wow, like I did not realize the extent. And most of them know I've got a YouTube channel, but I don't think they know the name of it, which I'm kind of keeping that way because it does feel like a little bit like it's two different worlds that I may want to keep separate.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
But like my friends know. I just try not to like shove it down their throats, but at the same time, like it's important to me and it's part of my life. So if they, you know, as long as they're like okay with me doing it, like right.
I mean, that's what matters. Like they don't need to care or think it's neat, but like they just need to respect that you think it's cool.
Just part of me.
Yeah, it's just a part of what you do. You know.
Exactly. It must be weird for you though, making it your job, because not only is it like YouTube, which a lot of people don't quite understand, let alone when it's like Lego YouTube. It's very niche.
Right. Yeah, I mean it's been kind of interesting because like with YouTube you have to go a certain amount of time and like there's requirements to even like start making money on YouTube, and so that was like in itself that took like 4 months I think of just those are really cool of like posting videos and it felt kind of like it was a grind, it was like 4 months until you can even pretend like this is even something that should take so much of your time, and like trying to convince your parents of that too and all that. But then I mean I guess it's kind of hard and it's something I've like been, I don't know, not really dealing with more, but just kind of realized recently is like, okay, my hobbies and my job are the same thing. And sometimes they're like too intertwined. So you're like, okay, what's another hobby I can do? Should I like start sewing? Like what
Yeah.
do? But yeah, like just I don't know, I went for a run yesterday for the first time in like 3 years. So go me. I like jogged for like 10 minutes.
That's more than I do.
Like, what are some other things I can do to like not be Lego? Because everything I do is Lego, which is fantastic. Like this is it really is like a dream job. It's so much fun. Like this is
but like with everything in life, nothing is fun 100% of the time, and that's not you whinging. Like you can be grateful for something and also sometimes struggle. Because having the pressure of YouTube on you, and like especially obviously for you it being a job, like actually creating all of the time in an algorithm that essentially is like, please upload every day because otherwise I won't like you. Like that is a lot of pressure to have on any human. Like that's not what we're made for, really. So you are really pushing yourself. So yeah, having a hobby outside of Lego is obviously quite important, but at the same time you're going to find yourself like, yeah, but like this was my hobby, like what do I do now?
Right.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's definitely like a weird thing. I mean it doesn't mean I don't like it, but sometimes you just don't want to do the same thing all the time, and that's I don't know, I think that's normal though. I think that's like healthy to have something else going on as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, just to kind of take your mind off. I think because I started YouTube kind of just as a hobby, and I still try and treat it as such because it is my hobby and like my job is my focus, really. Even though I do think this is really important and I definitely would like to do more with YouTube. I was cautious because I've had a cake business before, because basically I was hugely into baking and did that quite a lot. And then Ben worked at like a skate park where they sold cakes, and they were like, oh, we could like sell your cakes. And it kind of ended like I kind of purposely kind of not ended up running my own business, and running that for a year has completely just any joy I had for baking has gone. Like I don't like it anymore. It's just like I think it just became so intense, and because like making money from baking was quite difficult, So it just became a stress. So my hobby obviously all of a sudden was taken away and it just became this stress. So like I've been really cautious when I started YouTube, and now it's kind of slightly more of a focus of like I'm putting pressures on myself for like a certain amount of videos a week and stuff. I am trying to like check in with myself quite often of like, okay, this is still enjoyable because you can't treat this as a job, because you're not being paid enough for this to make it your job. So if you're not enjoying it, that's not working. So like trying to make sure that like there is that balance, and that's really hard.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a challenge. And I guess I'm curious, so like what a lot of people don't see behind the scenes, I feel like, of like Lego YouTube, right? Because there's obviously most people here probably like Lego. Like if you're in chat right now, you probably like Lego to some extent to like spend your Sunday with us. But like it's there's so much more beyond just being into Lego as a Lego fan, being like a Lego YouTuber, you know, because I would say half the time I'm, you know, doing Lego stuff, you know, building on stream or like working on the city. But then the other half, it's like, okay, let me like edit that video I just filmed, or like, let me film, let me edit, let me like make a thumbnail, you know, all the things that go on behind the scenes. And so I've realized that like, I guess this is almost like two hobbies in one, you know, with Lego, but then also like video production and editing and like being a creator behind the scenes. So I guess I'm curious, like, what are your favorite parts about like being a content creator? You know, like actually like the video aspect of it.
I think realistically, I think my favorite part at the moment is the community, which is going to sound really sobby, but I promise, like, I mean this. I know this just sounds cliche, but genuinely the people have just been, like, I've only met just such lovely people. Some of them I've now met in person, and everybody is just so enthusiastic, so kind, so helpful. Like, honestly, you haven't, like, the amount of joy I get when I just see members like exchanging bricks or helping each other out with projects, and like helping me out as well, especially when I first started and I just really didn't have very many bricks. Like, genuinely, guys, like the community on YouTube and just beyond is just I sound so like I mean this, though, like it's just totally amazing. And it's just been such a joy, and I like editing, but I don't have a lot of time for it. So sometimes it does feel like a chore, and having like people, like especially like the members who are like literally paying like a monthly contribution for me to make these videos, like that really is like that sort of like push of like, no, keep going, like it's worth it. This is so much, like it brings me that a lot in that sense, and I just really enjoy just sharing this hobby, because as you know, your real life friends probably have a limit for how much you can talk about Lego to them. So having like a community to just go back to and say, hey, I'm working on this project, I'm so stuck, but what is your city like? And they're like, oh yeah, I have this. And it's just so much fun that way.
Yeah, no, I definitely see that. And I feel like each Lego YouTuber is very different, and that's why we all have our space here. People know where to go for different types of information or knowledge or like entertainment. And I feel like you've done a really great job like cultivating a positive, just friendly, upbeat community, and I don't know, I love that about your channel. It's always like, oh, hello, Lego addicts. Like we're just, we're going to
weirdos over here. Yeah. I mean, and I have to give kudos to you as well. We're just going to do like a compliment train, but like, again, also generally
do this all day
at the back of like the compliments me. I'm really impressed with like the space that you created, like even though you've grown really quickly, which can be really challenging and can be quite overwhelming, because with size also comes really different challenges. Like you've done such a fantastic job of just keeping this a positive space, and I'm sure the chat will agree. Your video on like fake Lego fan was a really important topic, but you brought it in like a positive and open way, and that can be really difficult. So I honestly was just there like, yes, Emily, like watching this video. So it's like, because it's important to talk about these things, and even though it's not, you're not listening, you're not agreeing with the hate comments, it's just like going like, guys, like this just happens, let's put it out in the open and just talk about it. Like I just really appreciated that a lot.
Oh, well, I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, I mean, sometimes like, I don't know, because I talked about it in the video too a little bit, but it's like, I was like debating even talking about this, because it is a very positive channel, and that's what I really strive to have. And like, that's why our community here is so positive too. It's like, positivity just brings in other happy people. And if you're negative and you're mean, you're going to get blocked. So it's like, You know, maybe don't be mean.
You can have you can have a different opinion. That's totally fine. It's just, there's a line.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I love hearing people's opinions on things, and like, if I say something and someone doesn't agree, like, I really do like hearing why, and it really does help shape my opinion too. And I feel like we just do that as like a Lego YouTube community and as a whole. I'll be like, hey, Lego Friends is neat. And if someone's like, I never even cared or looked, but I think it might be neat too now. It's like, huh, cool.
But that's like the power of it as well. And I think open-mindedness and that sort of open discord about like, oh, I don't like this. Why don't you like it? Oh, this is my reason. And you go, oh, okay, well, I like it actually because of this. And you go, oh my God, I hadn't even thought it like that. That's so interesting. So I think how would you say this? Like, basically allowing people to change their mind in public is just really nice, and that's so important. So yeah, that is
no, definitely. Yeah, I mean,
this got very serious.
Right. I feel like we're always just evolving as Lego fans. We're always finding new things, and also like as you're just getting older too. If you started in Lego when you're a kid, you're not going to like the same things when you're 25. Probably, you're going to shift around. You might get more complex builds. You might, I don't know. I mean, I used to not care at all about play sets, and now I'm like, that's kind of neat. Like I want that, and it's always just changing, and I think that's really fun about the hobby.
I'm just going to make a bit of noise by opening my bag. I don't know how loud it is, but it's.
Oh, do
I
it.
Can't hear you when I do it.
There's definitely people in chat that love to hear that sound, so please go for it. Oh, man. Oh, hey, Yuri. What's going on? Member for 5 months. Thank you so much, Yuri.
Oh,
I really appreciate it. An international stream. Hello, people. Welcome. Yes. We are. And yes, by the way, for those of y'all just joining, don't forget to leave a like down below, and while you're down there's a link to Johanna's channel, HighTeaToys. Like, please go check her out. Like, if you enjoy my content, which you do if you're here, then please go check her out. You'll enjoy it. She does a bunch of vlogs, Lego City stuff. If you want to show off your city one more time, like, feel free.
Just keep showing up. This is why I turned the lights on. I felt like this is.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting the lights. Like, it's so cool. So yeah, if you're in the Lego cities, like, check her out. She's fantastic.
Probably also show my my minifigure board.
This is so cool. Like, I feel like I'm getting a room tour live right now.
Here's my minifigure board.
It's
like just a whiteboard with magnets. Basically, I've made like little magnets for my minifigures to go onto my whiteboard, so I can display them, but they're not in the way.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. Man,
I love that board. It's so cool.
I love
That's what people see first when they walk in the room, and they go, "What?"
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, it's got a bit out of hand.
No, it's the right amount of Lego. Definitely.
Right, yeah.
Never too much. But be financially responsible.
It's good.
As long as you're spending your money in a responsible way, it is never too much.
Yeah, like I still have a roof. Like we still eat. It's okay.
Good.
The balance is fine.
Pay your rent. Good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Chris says, the joy of the Lego bag sound. Isn't it wonderful, guys? This is just ASMR, really.
Right? I love that sound. Like, sometimes, like, depending on who's in chat, I'll like make a point, like, oh, they're here. Crinkle the bags a little bit.
Yeah. The best sound is the small bags, because they have all the small elements. Like, it's just a very satisfying little.
It's like one of those. I don't know if you ever did this in like elementary school, but like the rain sticks, like in like music class with the big wooden pole, and you're like making the rain sounds. That's what it's like.
We had it, like, my teacher had a really long. Oh my God! Like, you've just unlocked like a memory. Like, my teacher had a really long one, and it was like, because the small ones were quite loud and like a bit harsh, but that one was like really deep and melodious, and it was just yeah, I love that. Original ASMR.
Yes. Man, that was always so relaxing.
Yeah.
Crispy thing. That's a great idea for minifigs. Yeah, that's really smart. I love that.
It's useful to save space
in a little bin.
Slayer Knight, dust on them.
Member for 3 months. Thank you so much. Love seeing both of you chatting together. You're both awesome. You're awesome too, Slayer Knight. You are also awesome. Ooh, Guido is here. Awesome. Yeah, I was definitely referring to Guido. The bag crinkle is part of the building experience. Yeah, Guido loves hearing the crunching. So whenever they're here, I'm like, crunch, crunch, crunch.
Well, we're going to have a whole new ASMR sound soon with the paper bags coming in. So we're going to have all this like whole array of different sounds.
Right? That'll be so interesting. Man.
Did you get the like the employee exclusive from LAN?
Yeah, we got that one. I didn't build it yet. I don't know. I was just thinking like it's so special, you know? And so I'm like, I'm just gonna hold on to it and like maybe I'll build it like next Christmas. I'm not sure. But
no, I just want to know because obviously it has some of the paper bags in, so like you could tell to us like what does it sound like? Is it good?
Right? Yeah, I haven't built it yet, so I haven't opened them to find out. But man, that would actually be really funny to like make a video like Lego ASMR paper versus plastic, which is more satisfying.
Everybody in the chat, Emily's doing this.
Right? I said it first.
They'll hold you to it now.
Right? Oh gosh.
It's like in a year's time. It's like, excuse me, where's this video? I've been waiting.
Oh man. Yeah, like there's so many videos where I've been like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this soon. I'm gonna film it later, and then I like never do, and it's been 4 months. So
actually, that video, not my latest one, because I released my part 1 of my medieval village mock today, but I released a video on Friday, which is about the Goblet of Fire sets.
Oh yeah.
And that video I actually filmed like 6 months ago, but basically it was really long, and I was kind of editing it, and I just couldn't find a thread in it, and I think it was after like a stream where I'd been, not a stream, but it was in like a streak of editing, and it was like the 5th project without filming in between, and I was probably just kind of a bit burned out with editing because it was like I was trying to catch up on getting everything in place for my like honeymoon and break, so I had like videos coming out, so I think I wasn't in the right headspace anyway, but like I just abandoned it. And then lovely Josh O'Boy, who follows my channel and is like, remember, he's like, if you ever have any like projects, like I'm very happy to help. And I was like, no, it's fine. And then I was like, oh my god, actually, like there is this one thing, like if you could look at this with fresh eyes. And he completely saved that video, like he didn't edit and I didn't edit, and it was resurrected, and I'm just so grateful. But it was like nice to actually put it out because I really like talking about those sets, but at the same time it's like I didn't think it was ever going to come out.
Yeah, there's definitely videos like that, like, or I'll film something and I'll watch it back and I'm like, don't really
like,
care.
What I was trying to say, yeah.
And then I'll just never actually publish it. But I don't know, like you win some, you lose some, you know, and I feel like that's just kind of part of it, you know.
That's creating, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just part of all of it. Oh man, someone was asking what bag I'm on. I think 11. I'm pretty sure I'm on 11. I've been building the whole one bag this whole time, doing my best. I build very slow, and especially now I don't only have Pat to distract me. I have Johanna, so we're just like we're chatting it up. This is not a very like productive build, but that's good. I think I prefer it that way because now I get to build it for longer. So I'm happy.
I've got to draw out the bags. Yeah, it's really like it's actually surprisingly hard to build and chat. And also then reach chat, which we're definitely not doing very well, but we're trying, guys. Thank you for being here.
I love it when people are like in chat are like, you're building slow. And I'm like, would you rather me ignore you?
You're like, yeah, like, I am.
I'm not here to do a speed build, y'all. Don't. That's not why we're here. Don't worry. You're not going to get that.
Nice because I build quite quickly normally, like if it's just for me, because I built like the boutique hotel like off stream, and I'm quite a quick builder, so in a way it's quite nice to build things on stream because I just get to like do it for longer. Like the sets go further.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, and also I feel like with Lego it's so nice sometimes to just like take your time with it. I mean, especially with sets like this that just are so expensive. You're like, you know, I mean,
and then they're over and you're like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, disclaimer, I did get this from Lego in LAN, but I mean, it's still like, you know, this is a big deal. Like, I understand its worth very much so. So it's like, man.
Yeah, but like you're reviewing something that is a leisure activity for other people, so it's still like that's still how it's meant to be experienced.
Yeah, and like I don't know, I really enjoy just kind of taking it slow with the sets. You know, you enjoy it for longer. You're getting more out of it. And then I did like, however, like with the AT-AT, I like triggered the internet with that video. I like dotted my AT-AT for like #.yourworld. I don't know. I was joking about it while building it. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. So yeah, I dotted it.
I thought that was amazing, by the way.
I also thought it was fun. But yeah, there was like an interview I was doing, and so I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't like have this if like the video, because
People are gonna comment.
yeah, right. People
Yeah.
would be like, maybe what did you do with that? You know, why did you destroy your Lego set?
Yeah,
But,
like out of context, it may be a bit weird. Yeah.
right. But at the same time, it's like, I built the set, and then I even added to the building experience by building, on top of it. It was fun. It was worth it. It was good. People hated it. Some people liked it. But it was worth it. It was good.
But it got a reaction, so it's okay.
It definitely got a reaction, yeah.
How do you like the sets, Emily and Johanna?
Oh, I love it. This set is fantastic. And I've said this before, but like I don't really know much about Ninjago besides just the sets look really nice. I like the dragons, and I think these are perfect for a Lego city. But I'm just blown away by it. It's like a must-have if you have a Lego city. Like, this is definitely a set that you probably want to add to your collection. And then also we have Holly in the house. What's going on, Holly? Welcome. Hey guys, so glad I could catch some of the stream. Oh, yeah, we are just having a Lego building good old time.
Grand old chat.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, we've been having a good time. This is a lot of fun. Which, by the way, yeah, thanks for hanging out, Johanna, and being on here. Really appreciate it.
Right.
This is a lot of fun.
I love like any excuse to go. I'm so sorry, Ben, but I'm the whole evening just building Lego. I'm on the stream, yeah.
Right? Yeah, it's so much fun. I don't know. I'm having a blast.
It was really hard though, because I got this set. I think it just got here on Wednesday. So whenever I sent you the picture of like for the thumbnail,
Yeah.
And I've just been looking forward to getting this for so long, and I just sat there going like, oh no, now I have to wait.
That's the worst, right? You just want to like rip it open and start going.
I am a little bit like a little child when they arrive. I took inspiration from your, TikTok endeavors.
Oh, no.
Even though I'm not on TikTok, which, yes, I am totally that person that's on Reels and not on TikTok. Not because I think I'm too good for TikTok, but I'm already addicted enough to Reels that I'm like, I just can't have a dedicated app to this. Like, I will not have a life. But I made a reel when I got the set because I just got so excited, and Ben was like, "What am I filming? Like, what are you doing?" And I was just like singing up the stairs with my set.
Dude, filming a reel and having anybody like within a mile of you feels so embarrassing. I'm just like, don't look, get out. Like, Ross will be there, or like he'll come in and be like, "Hey, dinner's ready," and I'm like mid filming, and I'm like, "No,
you saw nothing."
Right? It's like, we've been married, we're very comfortable around each other, obviously, but it's like, you can't see me like this. No.
I do not make reels. I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't look. Yeah, I mean,
I don't tend to do the ones where, because obviously I don't make very many because I don't do a lot of Instagram apart from pictures, but I can't do the miming to the words because I've just decided I'm not good enough for that. But I can put a little music over things. If
it makes you feel any better about it, whenever I'm like melding along the lip sync ones, it takes me 12 times minimum. So it takes way too long. It's like an embarrassingly long amount of time to actually get it right. So I don't know if that makes you feel any better, but yeah, I think never a first try kind of thing.
I tend to just make reels of flyovers of the city. If I do them at all, I tend to just forget about Instagram. I'm on there a lot, but I consume the content mostly.
Yeah.
Both willingly on my feed and unwillingly in the reel section where I'm like, oh my god, it's been half an hour. What the hell happened?
Right? Gosh, time flies, and it's so bad. Well, let's see. Holly's saying, can confirm you don't have a life with TikTok. I lose far too many hours to it. Right? I feel like I could actually be so productive if I didn't waste all my time on Instagram. I feel like I would have accomplished so much more by now. It's like, no, I'm just going to waste my time. But, I actually started posting on Instagram, reels, because I was like, man, I'm letting everybody else waste my time. Now I'm going to waste other people's time.
Wow.
Take that.
Revenge.
And so, yeah, that was part of it. It was like, okay, I'm going to waste other people's time. This will be great.
I like how that was your revenge plot. I'm going to join them.
Right.
I won't stand by.
Like absolutely ridiculous. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
that's,
think
that's
it's
kind of how that
empowering.
happens. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I don't know. It's like a lot of fun, and also just being on Instagram. I've noticed that it's a totally different community there. Like I always thought like it was the same people on both, and it's really not. Like there's like live streams on Instagram from people that I'd like never heard of on YouTube, but you know they're big on Instagram. It's like, oh cool, like let me check this out. This is neat. And
I think I started as like a consumer. I don't know. I don't think consumer is the right word, but I'm sure you get what I mean. But I started like on Instagram, just like watching people, and I think one of the first people that I followed a lot was Scarlett Patronus, who does like Harry Potter mocs, and just they were super lovely because it was kind of before I knew, like, again, I'm sure I'm gonna create controversy. Stud.io, Studio, Stud.io, whatever. And I talked to them for a bit, and they were like, "Oh, you could use this program; it's for free, and you can design your own thing." And I kind of had my own like go at creating honeydukes, which, in hindsight now, like looking at it, it was like crazy big and like it was a bit out of proportion. But like I had so much fun with it, and it kind of like opened up this whole world of like, wow, like this exists, and like I get to build Lego for free. Meanwhile, I was obviously also not building for free because I was buying like a beep ton of sets, but
that'll happen.
Like, it was such a wonderfully welcoming community because at the time I was like, I just started YouTube and nobody was really commenting necessarily. So it was just having those people to kind of encourage and like so welcoming. Like just this random person just joined Instagram. They're like, cool, yeah, I'll teach you. This is how you do it. I'll send you a file. Like I'm like, oh my God, these people are awesome. So it was such a good experience.
Man. Yeah, it's just so wholesome on there. Like everyone's so nice. I was like, wow, this is so cool. Man. Yeah, I'm really happy like I found the Instagram world. Like I always knew it was there, I guess, but not to that extent. But
yeah, and it's like really fun. You're a bit like with YouTube, like everybody's in like little pockets of like in one group everybody knows each other, and then you go to another group and you're like, I've never heard of these people, but that's this whole other community, and you're like, it's really fantastic. But also I was watching Tommy's like rewind, and I was just like, oh my God, like it made me feel like both really excited to be part of this community, but also like, oh my God, this is so big. Like it felt a bit overwhelming. Like there's so many people, and it's good, but yeah, it was, you know, when you watch those videos where like they start with the human and they zoom out into space, like it felt a bit like that while watching that video.
Great visual, actually, yeah.
But it's cool. I loved like everybody's reaction. Like the live chat was so lovely.
Oh yeah. Actually, speaking of his rewind, that's where I found you. Like that's how I found your YouTube channel. Because it was like last January, and I was like, HighTeaToys. Like I don't know of her, but like I think there was a clip of you in the vlogging or something. I was like, who's that?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Tommy and I started like kind of at the same time, so we chatted at the very start, and I think he asked if I wanted to do a collab, but at the time I felt like we didn't really do the same type of stuff, so I wasn't really sure. And also I was just really nervous speaking to anybody because I wasn't really sure what the hell I was doing. Like a few people very early on asked if I wanted to do something. I was like, I just don't, like I wasn't sure what I was doing, let alone like going to a different channel. Like it was too scary.
It's a lot, yeah,
like because also when it's live, like if you've never done that before, it was like so daunting. But like he's done some awesome stuff, and I also really like seeing different creators do such different stuff within the same, like with Lego, which is like the loosely binding term, but everybody creates such awesome different stuff. Like it's just amazing to see how, I don't know, I just love it. There's a reason I don't do news, because it's like I don't think I have anything to contribute. This topic has been fabulously covered by other people who do an amazing job at it. Right. And I'll just like jump on a live and chat about things if I really need to have some thoughts out there. But you know, like I appreciate all these people doing that though, because that's like such a job.
So cool. And I really like how everyone kind of has their own version of things. Like even with Lego reviews, you can watch a review from like 10 different people, and it's also different. You know, some people make it way more of a production. Some people are like, hey, here's what I think. If you care, cool. If not, cool, you know.
And this is why you should review the Ninjago City Garden set, Emily, because people want to know your thoughts.
I don't know, man. I mean, maybe it would be like a review from someone who knows nothing about Ninjago.
But how many people of us are there? So many.
There's a lot of us, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I will consider it. You definitely. I wasn't considering it, but now I'm thinking about it.
I'm just here like going like, come on, Emily, do it.
Do it.
Just watch mine. Like, if you want to feel better about whatever you'll create, like, just watch mine, which is because it's like a video, like half a year into my YouTube thing. So it's literally just me talking at a camera about how much I love that set. And I was like, this is fine.
I actually love going back and looking at people's older videos and just like seeing how far they've come. Like that's, except for, I don't like doing it for me. I don't go back. Anything older than like 2 months, I'm like, no, we're not going back.
I totally. But then generally when you find a new YouTuber you like, or at least maybe, I'm sure other people do this, not just me, but like I end up just binge watching their channel. Have you ever heard of Rachel Makesy? She's quite big, so maybe you have.
I don't think so.
She does like cosplay stuff, but like, oh my god, I love her channel so much. It's not Lego related, sorry guys. I'm a traitor to the community, but like I really like her stuff because it's quite nerdy, but she does sewing. I was really into historical sewing before I found Lego.
That's so cool.
So like I watch her channel and I love how she edits. Like it's like she has like those little visual jokes, and like if she says something silly in the video, like she'll have like editing Rachel or put like a little thing on like text on the screen, like just commenting on it. I was like, I love this. This is the best.
Right?
So
that's actually one of my favorite things to do. Is like even with reels, like I'll follow other like small like accounts, but there's someone I follow that's like Dungeons and Dragons, and they make memes about that. There's a French horn player, and I'm like, you're the funniest ever. And I'm like, his reels are hilarious, but it's so fun because you get really inspired, like especially like as a creator watching other people's stuff. You're like, how can I make this about Lego? And that's usually where like my best ideas come from. Is I keep knocking this thing off. Like most of the time with like being creative, a lot of it's just taking something else and like tweaking it and making it your own. Like it's 2022. Like I feel like there's not really too many new ideas out there, and it's really difficult. And
but what you bring to it is you. Like you're the unique part of it, right? So I think everybody, when they start something new, you'll start by taking inspiration from people and like making your own, and then as you go on, you start to find the bits from everybody else that you like, and then you add yourself to it, and then just unique thing.
And it's your own thing.
It takes time.
Yeah, it's hard to find like your own thing, and I feel like over like midway through this year, I started to feel a lot more confident with like our content on this channel and just like who we are and why we're different. You know what I mean? And so you're always inspired by other people, other creators, but at a certain point, you're like, okay, like what am I doing? What am I doing that's different? And
I think that's the best thing as well. Like stay true to yourself, because that's your unique thing. Like you don't need to be anybody else. So
exactly. It's fun. But yeah, like even with YouTube, like I used to watch I think it was like early 2020 or maybe mid 2020 when I was like we were considering starting on YouTube, but it's like I don't even know what that means. And I was just watching a bunch of just videos about like just advice on starting a channel, and just watching their different takes on it and their edits and like how they film and edit. Like because I feel like with our vlogs, like it's so interesting because like I'll be doing absolutely nothing. Like it's nothing interesting. Like I'll go check my mail, but I'll put it into the vlog. But I like try to make it entertaining. It's like quick cuts and like awkward, weird angles. And just like trying to make something that's boring, going to Target or whatever, like into something
like, to me exciting. You going to Target is super exciting. I can't go to Target. I love watching it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like that is cool to me. I genuinely love watching people go to Target.
Target's the best. Yeah, I love Target so much. But like I don't know, it's nice because you can be really creative with it and turn something really, I don't know, unextraordinary. I won't say Target's boring, but like unextraordinary into something like, wow, like that was like Ross will say something stupid and like, he'll put on the Hogwarts hat and make a joke. And it's like, okay, like we're having a great time.
Just being there. Like it's just your life, right? That's what you're documenting essentially.
Yeah. It's just
totally.
It's just us being weird in public, and for some reason people like to do that. So
there is, oh my god, like I went to Smith some time ago and like I found this that I really wanted, and I think I did like a little bit of like I'm so excited I got it, and like some kids stared, and I was like in my head I was like, oh my god, if I was my sisters, like my little sisters, they'd be like, oh my god, this is so embarrassing, and I was just there like literally doing a dance, like super excited. These kids are like, what?
That's like the best part is I don't like even just like seeing kids in the Lego aisle. Like it's my favorite thing to see them just like get so excited about a new set. You know, it's so cool.
And like also just hearing what they like, why they're drawn to it, because again, like it's a different experience. It's like it's so like I know what I like, but like I'm a completely different target audience. Like, why do they want it? And I'm like, oh, this color is so cool. Or, like, look at this minifigure, mom. And you're like, okay, cool.
Right. It's so much fun. Oh, Trevor, what's going on? Welcome. It's great to have you. We have Asian Studios in the house as well. Ian, Cowley, Phantom Breeze, saying hey to some people. Yuri's still here. Axel Plate, Chris is in the house. Hello. Sarah Starbucks, of course. It's great to have you. Smurf is here. Slayer Knight. People asking for Ninjago City Gardens reviews. We will see.
Yes.
And then Asian Studios talking about like vlogging. It's, I'll show it on screen. It's the most stressful thing. First off, recording yourself sounds pretty embarrassing. It's definitely weird. Second, editing hours of content. Third, creating the thumbnail. It's definitely a lot. And like, I'll be at Costco sometimes and I feel creepy. You know, like if you're recording somewhere, like you don't know what they're up to. You're like, am I creepy? I don't think so. But like, it's always just like, I'll just film my face from a weird angle so that you don't see people behind me. Like I'm not holding it right in front so you see everyone. Like I try
like you don't want to have people feel like, oh my God, like what am I signing up for accidentally? Yeah, like
right.
For sure.
But then I'll take my thumbnail, and I'll like take a selfie in front of the Lego. And I swear, like when I was at Costco recently and this mom looked at me like I was just a scary, crazy, creepy person up to no good. And I'm just sitting there like, yay, Lego, like taking a selfie. And she was just like, what are you doing? Like she gave me a look. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go. This is weird. This definitely feels strange.
I'm still terrible at vlogging in public, really. Like I tend to film when I'm out and about, just like the area. And then like I'll update people like when I'm back in the car or somewhere where nobody can see me. I'm getting slightly better like when I'm by the Lego store, because like I feel like then I'm sort of in a safe space. But like, I find it really difficult. It's scary.
I mean, I feel like that's normal though. Like if you feel normal doing it, I feel like that's weird. If you're just like, oh yeah, I'm out in public, like pretending like, that's so strange. Like I wish I was super
like, power to those people, genuinely like amazing, but at the same time, like how?
Right. I wish, man. Because it's definitely not a natural thing. You feel kind of weird. And like you're just, I was at Costco and I was vlogging and I was holding the camera because I'm always very discreet. Like you usually just think I'm talking to myself, which maybe that's why I get weird looks. That might be part of it. But like someone turned to me and they were like, oh, are you talking to yourself too? I do that too. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm talking to myself. It wasn't going to be like, oh, actually, I'm filming a video about Lego. Like,
yeah, that requires even more explanation. You just talk to yourself.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I just talk to myself too. And he's like, oh, me too. Awesome. I was like,
you're like,
this is strange.
Okay then.
This is weird.
So interesting that he reached out to you about it.
Right? Yeah, I was like, why are we having this conversation? This is strange.
But that happened. That definitely does not put people off vlogging in public at all.
It's such a strange thing. But I don't know. You get used to it. You're just like, whatever. The video is worth it in the end. I'll look ridiculous and it's fine.
I remember when I was a teenager, I used to watch so much YouTube, partially because I kind of gone on holiday to the UK for the first time when I was 15, and I realized I really liked this country, but I wasn't particularly good at English. So I think out of interest in the country, I started watching lots of YouTube because that was kind of up and coming, because that was it must have been 2007. So I watched people like Louise Pendland and Zoella and basically that whole crew when they were younger, like Charlie Is So Cool, like Way Past My Bedtime back in the day. So all of these vloggers, and I think I've learned so much about British culture and certain sayings or certain ways of intonation that makes you sound more fluent because I watch YouTube, and I'm basically because I watch so much YouTube, I've learned a language, guys. This is totally a legit reason why you should watch it.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know English wasn't your first language until right now. I didn't know.
No, I'm actually my first language. Obviously, I've lived here 6.5 years at this point, so like I've spoken it a lot. But yeah, I'm actually Dutch, so I speak like Dutch is my first language.
Yeah. That's wild.
So.
Yeah, I mean, you sound fluent to me. I don't like, maybe British people can hear it more, but like you just sound, your accent just sounds British. I don't like.
Some people like pick up on it if they're quite good at accents, and I still sometimes like lose my words. But I think most people lose their words sometimes, don't we? Like.
Oh yeah, I do all the time. Yeah. I'm so glad that we can just edit that stuff out.
Oh my god, I felt because I said to you, didn't I, that Josh edited that video for me, and I was like. Both really grateful and like highly embarrassed because it felt like exposing my secrets, especially because I knew it was like an especially rambly video, and I was like, oh god, like you have to deal with this now.
Oh man.
It's not just a one take.
Yeah, there's no way. Oh gosh.
How do you deal with that? Like when you make a mistake during filming, do you like start the sentence over, or like how do you like?
Oh, usually
like editing Emily make it easy.
Yeah, usually I'll just like start the sentence over, or like sometimes I'll be like, wait, what was I talking about? And I'll just, I don't know. That happens a lot. Where it's just like, I don't even remember what I was trying to say. Where do I even start over from? And so then it's like, okay, maybe we'll just.
Can't have been that important at that point, maybe. Yeah.
So like that'll happen sometimes. But usually like, I'll be like, okay, what was I talking about? And I'll just like try to talk it over again. Because I like my videos. I do get comments that's like, oh, you talk too fast. And I'm like, okay, well, sorry. I've tried slowing down before, but then when I'm editing, I'm like,
but there is like YouTube has a function to slow videos down if you need it.
Yeah, so I'm like, you can just slow it down. Go for it. It's okay.
Because I can talk fast. If I'm excited, which you can probably tell at the minute, like I talk pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean, and I feel like it's often maybe like better for YouTube too to talk faster, because then it's like, okay, you're just consuming content, like it's harder to get bored, hopefully, and then people don't leave. But yeah, I mean, I've noticed that I like consuming content faster. So like there's a lot of people I watch and I'll just put it on ×2. And I'm like, okay, good.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I just like it's always on like 1.5 times no matter what. And then maybe if they talk really fast, I'll put it down to 1 times, or if they talk really slow, I'll put it to 2 times speed. But
oh my god, but like isn't that sometimes when you tune into the live streams and you're like, oh my god, our voice is completely different?
Yeah, sometimes. I feel like it's different when I'm watching a video versus a live stream though. Like usually with a live stream, I'm not trying to get information. It's more just kind of I don't know. I don't just stare at a live stream. Like I'm usually doing something.
Yeah, they're like in the background.
Yeah. So it's more I don't know. I'm like more okay with it being slower during a live stream. Man, that's cool.
Good. Do the build. Actually, so this is 3 bags in of the City of Lanterns, and it's so far, I'm gonna have to be honest, it's pretty slow going because it's quite technic, and it's obviously really very much setting up that base for the set. So it's not like super detail heavy yet. So far, I know it's gonna get really good like once we get into the buildings, but like this is definitely sort of like the this just has to be done type part.
Yeah.
But you know, it's gonna be big.
Yeah, no, that looks crazy so far. Man.
And because like I don't know if you've seen pictures of the sets, but they're like modular, so you can place them in different orders, but also you can take them off and then put them in line if you want for playability. So you can already see like the modular studs to easily attach the buildings in a minute. So
that's cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so excited. Like, yeah, I wish that they sold Monkey Kid in stores here. I would already have that set.
Oh, don't they?
They don't sell it in stores here. It's only online from like Lego Shop at Home or from Amazon. If you
Amazon.
They'll have Monkey Kid, but it's like on clearance. So it's like older stuff. They don't get the newer stuff in stores. So I'm sad about it.
I thought I heard that rumor as well, and I thought that applied to the UK as well, and very much because I was after this set and then a new modular on Jan 1st, and it wasn't there on Jan 1st.
Oh, really?
So I was like, okay, like it must just not be in smaller UK stores, because I know the bigger ones still have them. And actually, I went in this weekend and they had a whole new range, like everything was there and built, and also in a separate display in the middle. So they were definitely pushing it. It's like, oh, okay, so it's back on. Because I was quite sad because I think Monkey Kid, I keep saying Monkey really weirdly, I'm sorry. But like Monkey Kid is such a like strong line this year. Honestly, like
it's so
the
good
design and it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah, I think they've done a really strong line. It's like, oh my gosh, if they're not going to push these out, like in stores, like how much is this line, you know, how important do they think this line is, and like how are they gonna justify, you know, doing more, because I want to see more of Monkey Kid for sure, because it integrates with Ninjago as well, so like I want more. But yeah, anyway, so they did put them out in stores eventually, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, no, that is good. And like, I don't know, I know that there's some Monkey Kid fans in chat too. I'm disappointed that the theme doesn't get as much love as it maybe deserves. Like I've been on streams before and I'll be like, oh yeah, Monkey Kid's cool. And then like a bunch of people in chat are like, no, Ninjago's better. Ah! I'm like,
it's not like we can like them both.
You can like both. It's okay. And also if you don't like it, like that's fine. But don't be mean about it. You know, people will like what they like. They're cool sets.
Yeah. You can like both. But I think with Ninjago, like I feel like last year that wave was so strong. Like the stuff that came out was just the underwater like line. Even I, who don't like, I'm not a Ninjago fan. I just, when a Lego set is designed well, like it will pique my interest. And it was really strong. And this year so far, like the dojo is alright, but like it's too much of a playset. Like it needs quite heavy mocking, and unfortunately I haven't really got room for it. But like that's the only set that I'm sort of interested in from like an adult Lego perspective, because for people that don't know me, like I'm not hugely into vehicles or into mechs. Like I can appreciate them from a design perspective, but because they take up a lot of display space, I tend not to buy them. So that rules out quite a lot of the Ninjago stuff, and it also a lot of the Monkey Kid stuff, realistically. But yeah, this year I really feel like it's a bit sad. I didn't like very many of them, so hopefully there's going to be like a second Ninjago wave or something, because I'd love to see some more. Because they can bring out another 20 of these Ninjago modulars. Like I'll buy them all. It's not a problem.
Right? Oh my gosh. And I really like what they've been doing lately too. Like even with Lego Friends, they have the Main Street buildings. And it's like they're trying to experiment with these other themes, I think. Like making it not an 18+ set, but just stuff that Lego City builders would also be excited about. And
yeah, because I really find that Friends like Modular Street is a really good, like it's a great set for like a child, because it's really playability and like it's fantastic, but it's also a great jumping off point if you want to make them more modular, like a bit like the 3-in-1 town houses that they did for a while. Like they're such amazing starting points for mocs. So you can start, if you add some more bricks, like you can add them to your city. So, and I wish they do that more with like various other lines, because it's quite cool to see people integrate all these different themes into one city, because like all of these have so much potential.
Oh yeah, and it also makes a very diverse city too. You know, like
oh yeah, for sure.
I think that's so fun. That's such a good thing.
Bit what Claire does. Quite like seeing her like take the friend stuff and just the best. Also, people. So I feel like I kind of need to do this, but Mr. Starbrick says, "Ik ben niet een wortel," which is just great. He's apparently not a carrot, so that's pretty good to know.
Fantastic.
So a few people are like talking Dutch in the thing, so I feel like I just had to sort of say something. Ik spreek Nederlands. Niet zoveel meer, want ik ben al 2 jaar niet thuis geweest, oké? Maar ik spreek meer Engels nu. There we go.
When I was in Germany, like you might know, like this is joking, of course. Like in Germany, they were just talking about all the different dialects in German. Wherever you go, it's always different. And then they're like, yeah, and then Dutch is just it's just that weird dialect over there. It's just a German dialect. They're just weird.
My dad was probably sorry, I'm making noise with my bag again, but my dad speaks like a little bit of German, but if you just go over the border, because the Netherlands is tiny, like so small, but you can just go over the border into Germany, and because it's obviously bordering the Netherlands, like the accent, obviously it's a different language, but if you're a bit creative, like you can probably understand what they're saying most of the time, or at least like the main thing. Yeah. If you go to like Berlin, that doesn't apply, because there's such a strong different accent. Like it's just not the same. But like just over the border, it's fine. And my dad just would love butchering Dutch into like German sounding words, because and then he'd think that like he was the most funny person in the world, and you could just see that like German person that's like trying to serve him, like because he went to like archives because he does genealogy, and you just see them suffering because just being like, I know I need to serve you and like I need to help out, but like this is really not funny. It wasn't offensive or anything, but it was just like he would just translate like Dutch sayings, the things like that you have in English as well, just directly into German, where and obviously it doesn't make any sense in German.
Yeah.
They're just there like, oh my god, sir, like this is just really annoying. Can you not? And he was just like, I'm so funny. And just there like, oh my god, dad, like I'm not with you. As a teenager, just hanging around.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
Where did you stay in Germany?
Where? I was in Heidelberg. I was there the whole time. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I like did a internship at the university there as like an exchange student. It was really fun. I really enjoyed it.
That's cool.
I miss it.
A bit different and a bit like leaving the country is always good.
Yeah, I mean it was so different. You know, I really liked it. The schnitzel was my favorite. I just ate the whole time. I'll be honest. I just had a lot of food.
I think that's like what you need to do when you go to a different country, right? Like at least that's what I do.
It was so worth it. It was so yummy.
Okay.
Oh,
so just Tyson saying battery check. I don't know if you watched a few of my streams, but I tend to, it's just a bit of an ongoing joke that I always run out of battery with my camera. But I'm on my phone today, and it's plugged in, so my battery's
all good.
Just great. Thanks.
Oh, that's fantastic.
To the point that like some members designed me a technical difficulty screen because it just happened like once a stream. It's like great.
I love like different channels have inside jokes like that. Like I just think it's so much fun. I don't know.
So true.
Also,
that. Ulrika, who is in the chat, she's from Hamburg, so that's why I was like, oh, Hamburg.
Amazing.
Yeah,
man.
Her city's amazing, by the way. She's one of my members, but like, I love seeing other people build their cities. It's just so cool to see what everybody does with like similar sets and like, oh, it's making me so happy.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, it's so fun. Like I feel like people's Lego cities are almost a reflection of them, you know, because it's like how are they being creative, you know, and so it's you just kind of build around that, or like what are they really into? Like I love my Disney, and what I want to do is have it just be like super colorful, have like all my friends' sets there, and just make it like a downtown Disney kind of thing, like Main Street.
That's so lovely. Yes, do it.
I'm so excited. Let's say hey to some people real quick. Yeah, we got Teeson here, amazing. Captain Zan hanging out still. Thank you so much for being here, Zan. You rock. Gruff Bricks is in the house. Hello, hello. We have Ulrika. Hello. Glowing Studs. Modular building is always a good time. Yes, it is. Stud Studious. So always a good time. We got Jeffrey saying, been following me for a while now. Love your build, love the content. Keep it up. Thank you. And let's see, Sky Guy's in the house. By the way, y'all, if you are just joining, which I see a lot of you guys are, make sure to check out Johanna's channel. She does a lot of Lego City content, vlogs. And yeah, like once again, like if you enjoy my content, which you probably do if you're subscribed and you're here, check out Johanna. She's very similar, does a lot of really fun stuff. So check her out.
Thanks.
Definitely. She's awesome.
I'm not used to dealing with this many compliments. It's making me all like shy.
This is just like a compliment party today. I love it.
This is just so much fun. Like I mean, I'm not making a lot of progress on the build, but it's good to talk about Lego.
I'm still on the same bag, and we've been going for like 2 hours. Don't worry.
Your bags are bigger though, because I have done 4. I'm on my 4th, but
oh man,
it's a pretty straightforward one.
I'd say you're doing pretty good. You're making more progress than I am, so that is good.
This is normally this is why I started streaming with Ben, because he could like do the chat and then I could actually build and get things done.
That makes it so much easier, right? Like just having someone else to talk to, or I think when we were building the Sonic set, I don't think I even built anything. I was just like hanging out, chatting with chat.
It's so nice, isn't it? Like you get a bit of chance to actually keep up and then go, oh my gosh, like, hi.
Right? Yeah, it's so much fun. I love doing that.
For sure. Christian M says Lego is art. Absolutely.
It's true. Definitely true.
General's Hall.
Ooh, Stud City is saying Johanna's display is even modular as well. It's so cool. She built her display out like a Cubert level to display even
doing
more.
It again, sorry.
Do it, please. Go for it. Was that the Jurassic Park theme you just hummed? Was that what that was?
Yeah, accidentally. I actually walked down the aisle to that theme.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, so
tell me everything.
I walked down the aisle on my wedding day, it was to the theme song of Jurassic Park. Because, yeah, it was like a registry office wedding, but like a ceremony there. And then, like, his favourite movie is Jurassic Park, and it's probably one of the first ones we watched together, like, when we got together. So I was like, as a joke once, it's like, oh, why don't we, like, walk down, like, why don't I walk down the aisle to that? And then I did, and it was really funny.
Oh my goodness, I did not know that. That is so funny. I love that. Man, I love it when people just, I don't know, like their weddings are different, you know, it's like actually like a reflection of them. It's not like normal or like Instagram, you know, whatever. It's like, you know, things
it's much more real.
Yeah, it's like what you actually enjoy, you know, it's I don't know. I think that's so much more fun to.
It was kind of the third time I planned the wedding as well because of COVID, like stuff just changed. And though it was like definitely like I ended up just kind of going like, let's just have it, like it doesn't really matter. It wasn't super Instagrammable, but at the same time, like we had like it was much smaller than it was meant to be because my Dutch family couldn't come. I mean, obviously my mum and dad were there, but like my Dutch family wasn't. And we like chose to have like this long table for like the wedding breakfast, and we sat at the end, like at the head of it, and I just remember like the best moment of the day, outside of obviously like getting to be with Ben for the rest of my life. Like I was sitting there just looking down, and I was like, oh my god, like all these people like have come here for us, like how nice is this? Like they're all part of my life. Like that was so I love that. I don't know what your favorite thing was, but that just made an impact.
Oh, I know, I love that. Yeah, we had something, I don't know, kind of similar, I guess, like for our wedding. It was like, you know, it's like mid 2020. So we literally just like walked down to a park and got married under a tree. It was like,
oh yeah, you said, yeah.
Like my parents were there, Ross's, not even all of like Ross's family could be there. It was like 5 people total. I think we're like everyone. We had some chicken wings for lunch afterwards, and
hell yeah,
a little cake from Costco, and that was it. But it was, I mean, it was really nice. It was a lot of things that we enjoyed. Like it was wings from our favorite place. It was, you know, not all of the family could be there. Like even his sister couldn't come, but it was still like you know, it was really special,
right?
Yeah, it was really special still. So like maybe at some point we'll do like a like actual wedding, I guess. But you know, we're kind of like, we're good. Like I'd rather just
go felt like
go to Europe or something.
You get like sort of swept away by expectations, I think. Like all of a sudden, like everybody has an opinion about how to do a wedding and like how much to spend, and like and you see all these pictures and they're all like they never say how much it cost, but like really expensive.
It's a lot.
Like Pinterest especially. And you just kind of go, this is not realistic. Like this is not us.
Right. Like there are just more important things to us than like putting all the money towards a wedding. And so we were like, you know,
there's like, Lego cities to be built.
Yeah, there's Lego cities, there's, you know, all that kind of stuff. And so yeah, like I'm like really happy with how it was. And we also just got to eat chicken wings, so that was cool.
I actually really like that story. I think it's like it's personal, it's your thing. Like that is what it's about, right?
Yeah, it was just totally different. Just very us. So I liked that. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, people are like, weddings are very expensive. Like everyone in chat's like, yep. Yeah, they are. I mean, especially in the US too. Like I don't know wedding culture over in Europe as much as I do here, but man, you can't do it for less than like a lot. So it's like, yeah, we're good. I'm happy with how it ended
I think we ended up spending like very little, like probably a third of what we originally were gonna do. Darn it, I put the sticker on wrong. But it was still special. Like it was fine. I'm glad we like it's done, but I wouldn't recommend rescheduling your wedding 3 times. It doesn't help stress levels.
Yeah. I mean, we had something planned, and then it was I think, you know, summer of 2020, like before we actually got married, and we had to cancel obviously because we care about people like that are near us, and like we want to keep everyone safe. And so, yeah, we had stuff planned, but it's like at least we were able to cancel and just get everything back. So that was cool.
It's part of the reason why I ended up not having my Dutch family there, because like there is so much uncertainty. I was like, I don't want people to like book flights and book hotel rooms and then me having to cancel last minute because there's like a lockdown. Like I don't want to have that guilt of like people spend money and come to my wedding and then they can't get refunds and it's not going ahead. Like I just don't want that. So I was like, do you know what, like let's just say we'll come to Netherlands and have a little party there whenever like safe travel is allowed, and we can have like a safe party and it's, you know, we'll be okay. But yeah, I don't know, it worked out. It is what it is.
No, that's really good. Yeah, we have a fun suggestion in chat from Christian. You guys should do a podcast to AFOL wives. That was like one of our original names for the channel, AFOL wife. But I always said awful wife because it was funny, like, oh, she's a bad wife, you know. But then
Sorry,
everyone was commenting
joke,
like, she's not awful. Like, you're not awful. You're great. Like, you're not terrible. And I was like, no, it's funny. It was okay. So yeah, we changed the name pretty quickly after that. But I like the suggestion, Christian. That's fantastic.
I love it. Let's do it.
Oh man. Yeah, people are kind of sharing their wedding stories in chat. Yeah. Oh man. Oh, what bag are both of you on? I'm on bag 11 still. I'm making it.
Let me just like read the chat for a bit so you can like go ahead and build some stuff. The aim is for you to finish the bag.
Johanna's taking over now.
Like, it's my stream now. No, don't worry. I'm just going to try and say hi to some people. So Axel, I don't think I've said hi to you yet, Axel, but like I've seen you for a while.
I do that all the time. I'll just see them and I'm like, okay, cool. They're like, I'll mentally say hi, but I never do, and then I feel bad after.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, like I noticed you, but did I say that out loud or was it just in my head?
Right.
He said, I told HighTeaToys to put 5% of every Lego purchase aside for a new house. She didn't listen. I mean, I am putting stuff aside, but maybe in Lego form. No, I'm not. It's fine. Brian, we only had 8 people at our wedding. We didn't tell anybody. We were concerned people would show up unexpectedly, even though we didn't want to risk it with COVID. That's very considerate, actually. Yeah, and I'm sure it was really special in its own way as well. But it's quite hard to uninvite or like, yeah, to make that decision. Who's going to be there? Crashers. Yeah. Phantom Bree says, Johanna just made the same mistake you did with the transparent sticker. Yes, I had to take it off and re-put it on because I put it on the wrong way around because it's upside down essentially. But I think I've saved it. It's a bit dirty, but it's okay. I know Ross is getting into Halo off screen. I haven't seen the new game, but I know he loves it.
I think he's doing that right now, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Ben's playing a lot of like Jurassic World, like Park Evolution of Jurassic World Evolution, like basically the park builder. Loves it.
Oh, I don't even know what that is. That's so cool though.
So I'm just there like because he's looking for a job at the minute. So, but we have an office that we share, so he'll be there like on his screen, and occasionally I hear like a tornado come in his park, and him like frantically trying to secure the people and the dinosaurs, and just there like, yes, sir, like just writing serious business emails. I'm like, wow.
I would be so distracted.
Sometimes it depends on how my work day is going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Purple Shrooms has thoughts on the Lego Friends treehouse.
Ooh, I have thoughts. I think it's cool.
Share.
I think it's neat. I haven't built it yet, but I am very excited to. Yeah, I mean, I just think it's really beautiful. Like it's a very good size I've seen, and I don't know, it's very accessible too. Like they've really been very inclusive with the Lego Friends theme, especially this
like that, like the lift is like wheelchair accessible.
Isn't that cool?
It was so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. Though I will say in the Main Street buildings, I've like mentioned this before, but I just think it's so funny. Like, you know, everyone on the internet likes to show how much they know and how much more they know than you. Like I've found that that's a thing. And so I made a review of the Main Street buildings, and someone commented and they were like, actually, so there's a visually impaired mini doll in it. And so she has like a walking stick, like the white cane with a dog. Yeah. And I was like, oh, like this is, you know, her white cane for, you know, navigating the world around her. And someone was like, actually, that's a stick used to train the dog. And I'm like, that's not a whoop ass stick. Like what?
I'm so sorry.
I don't think she's like beating the dog with this thing. Like, I'm pretty sure it's you know, it's her white cane, but okay. So yeah, I don't know. People are just they're doing their best.
But speaking about the treehouse, I was in a Lego store today and it had it built, and like it's so beautiful. I wasn't quite sure how big it would be, but like it's a good size, and I don't know, I just really liked it. I don't have any room for it, and as a parts pack I can't quite justify it because it's quite pricey and the colors aren't really what I tend to use in mocs, but like it also just looks so much fun.
Yeah, no, it looks like a really fun build. I haven't built it yet. but I do plan to, hopefully soon.
It will happen. It will
I'm probably gonna do a live stream, and I normally don't stream Friends. Like, I mean, like honestly, it usually just doesn't have as much of a turnout. You know, people just really aren't as interested. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna build this on my own and enjoy it on my own then.
Yeah, sometimes it's nice to build on your own as well, though.
Yeah, so sometimes that's nice, but I think I will actually stream that one because I've gotten like enough requests to do it where I'm like, you know what, let's do a friends, let's like build friends on stream. We'll see how that does, you know, see if people are interested, and if they're not, you know, the people that show up will be interested and they'll be into it. So,
and it's like the 10-year anniversary one, isn't it? So it feels appropriate if you do any Friends one, like to do that one.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm excited. So yeah, just so y'all know in chat, expect a Friends stream coming soon, hopefully. I'm thinking like sometime this week. I'm not sure. Whoop, whoop.
Scruff Break says, I just subbed to HighTeaToys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it very much.
Yes. Please, y'all, if you guys are not subscribed to her, like go check out her channel. There will definitely be something there that you enjoy if you're into Lego Cities, vlogs. She streams as well. So yeah, literally like
at the same time. So watch Emily instead. It's fine.
Sometimes it's staggered.
Yeah. Like we have a half-hour overlap sometimes.
Yeah, you can catch both. Just turn them both on at the same time. Confuse your brain. It'll be fine.
One eye for one and the other eye for the other. Captain Zan says, oh no, HighTeaToys is your sticker ruined. No, I think I sacrificed it. No, sacrifice is the wrong word. I rescued it. It looks a little bit stained more because it's a transparent sticker, so you can see the residue a bit more, but it's okay. I did the same thing actually with the Honeydukes transparent sticker, so I may ask Lego to send me a new one. I don't know. They probably would, but
their customer
at the same
service
time I feel bad for them.
So good.
Yeah, because I totally did it myself, but I ruined the Hogsmeade sticker on the top window. Like I put it on wrong. It was super, super wonky. I had to take it off. And then, you know, when you put transparent stickers on your fingers, like you get like just finger, like skin oil grease on them and it just looks really bad.
Yeah.
So I just said to them, like I asked customer service, like, I'm really sorry. Like I ruined my sticker. Like, can I buy like a replacement? Because it just like it bugs me. And they're like, yeah, it's fine. We'll send you new ones. Oh, thank you.
Oh.
So they're quite good.
The customer service is really incredible. Like anything that's been wrong ever, they're like, we'll fix it. Don't worry. Like it's okay. Wow. You know, like, you know, I often see people like they'll complain about like a box being damaged or, you know, something, a piece missing, you know, stuff that it's very rare when it happens, but it'll happen, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
They're always so quick to fix it. Like just shoot them an email, you know, they'll fix it for you. Don't worry.
If they can, yeah. I think when you have a piece missing, like that must be quite annoying because I guess it kind of like interrupts your building experience. But at the same time, I tend not to worry about boxes too much. I used to save every single box. This is a controversial topic. We're going into this. I used to save every single box, but then I got to the point where it's like I'm either storing boxes or I'm storing Lego. Like I know what I prefer. So now I just keep the boxes for like the bigger sets, like the modulars, or like the idea sets. So the boxes that I actually think look really nice, so like some of the Chinese New Year sets. But all the smaller ones, like they're just being sacrificed. Okay.
Sacrifice.
What do you do?
I sacrifice them. No, I'll keep the bigger ones. Like if the set's over $100, you know, I'll probably keep it, or at least I'll hold on to it for a while, and then I'll go through later and I'm like, do I need this? Maybe not.
Yeah.
Like I just went through and cleared out some of my boxes, and I had the like Mickey and Minnie art boxes, and I'm like, I don't need them, you know. I really don't. But like Ninjago City Gardens, I'll probably break it down but hold on to it. Same with Diagon Alley, same with like any of the big creator sets, anything Disney. We have the AT-AT box still like built,
oh my god,
not broken down. It's just like a huge thing. I'm like, I don't know if this is practical, but it's we're just gonna keep it like that. Same with the Falcon. It's like in the shipping box it came in.
My Diagon Alley box and my Hogwarts microscale one is still in the shipping box as well.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, it's when a set's like really, I don't know, important to you and you really like you love it. I think it's nice to hold on to the box, and then you can just decide later, you know, if you know having the box doesn't bring you joy, then you can just
Right.
recondo it, get it out of here. So
Absolutely. Yeah, I did the same thing. Sparking that debate. Brick Queen says, I keep all my boxes, lol. I shouldn't, but I do.
Oh man. Yeah. I mean, I keep them for enough time to decide if I want. Like, I don't just trash them immediately. Like, I'll put them into the other room, wait a few weeks, wait till the next recycling, and then I'm like, okay, I'll break them down. Okay.
Like, make a sensible decision where you're not like within the building experience. Actually, I was going to ask you, because you're like the Disney guru. What's your opinion on the like the Disney train and station? I think it's retired now, isn't it? But like, I've always been super on the fence about that set.
I guess like, so it's really, I think it's what $350 US. So it's definitely a pricey one wherever you're at in the world.
Yeah.
But I think it's one of those sets where if you don't have any trains, you don't have motors, it's really nice because it just comes with everything. Whereas a lot of the times with trains, you won't have enough like tracks or the motor, whatever. Like you need to buy a bunch of extra stuff to make it actually work. So it's like a all-in-one kit for a train. And then for the Disney train station, I don't know. I feel like it should have been maybe two separate sets. Like it feels expensive if you just want the train or if you just want the station. But
it feels expensive when it sits next to castle, because the castle feels like such a more impressive, like commanding presence. Like that is like, I don't know. Do you see what I mean? Like, yeah,
like comparing the two, for $350, I would always get the castle. Like every time I'll get the castle. But yeah, I think a lot of the cost is really just like the all-in-one, like everything you would need for the train. And so I understand that, but it feels very expensive. Like I feel like it should be like in the $250 range, or like versus $350 for us. I don't know what it is in pounds.
It's I think it was 300. The castle's just gone up by £10. So it's like 309.
I heard about that. Things are like actually from inflation, like things are actually going up over there.
No, so right? I think, and I wasn't really aware of this before, so I think Lego has started this exercise to unify their prices across the globe. So basically making sure that the price level everywhere is sort of around the same time, because I think if you go into different currencies, some things are really expensive in some places. I think Holly made a video once about like pricing in like Australian dollars and how like they seem crazy sometimes. And obviously there's always going to be a difference because some are produced elsewhere, so certain costs are different because getting into certain countries will be more expensive. But they're trying to unify a bit more. But that did mean that on Jan 1st, when you logged into the Lego store, some prices had gone up, some had gone down. Like for example, the Hogwarts like the microscale castle went from 350 to 370, but then Diagon Alley went down from 370 to 350. And like there was just all of these slight changes. Like the police station went down by £10 from 170 to 160, and like but then some modulars, and the biggest outlier I think was the 70 Square, which went up by £50, which is a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is a lot of like all of a sudden that change, and I don't think they communicated very well about this change happening. So I feel like they should have sent some better communications out about that, because I saw that and I was like, wait, what's going on? So like obviously as a Lego fan and being quite into it, I kind of went to research it, but it's yeah, it was a bit of a shock. And I mean some people are well off because some sets are all of a sudden cheaper, so that's good. Like Titanic became cheaper and stuff, so
that's so weird.
It was a bit odd.
Yeah, with their pricing sometimes I'm like, what's going on there, but like it was kind of neat because me and Ross, like a while back, like 6+ months ago, we were like, okay, what, different themes seem more expensive, like Disney Princess versus Friends, they're same demographic, same kind of marketing.
Yeah, but licensing
expensive. And so we like actually like a lot of people are probably familiar with the video or like have heard about it, but we did a video kind of talking about different prices of Lego themes and actually like analyzing like price per piece of different themes. And of course there's different ways to do it, and weight would be better, but just looking at all the different themes, which one's the most expensive, and like there's definitely marketing costs for a lot of it. But
yeah, and it's obviously licensing. I think the biggest change you find, especially with Disney stuff, is just the licensing, because you can definitely see it. Like if you're a Star Wars fan, you will be funding like Disney. But I mean that makes sense, and occasionally I've thought about like is the Harry Potter license more expensive within the UK than in the US? Because in general, like for example, sorry, I find this really fascinating. I have no real facts, but I just love this sort of like market analysis. But this set, City of Lanterns, is £115, so 115 in the UK, but it's $150 in the US, if I remember correctly. But there's like a decent difference. And obviously Monkey Kid is like a Lego own brand. Like theme. But then if you go Harry Potter, some of them are the same prices or slightly more expensive in pounds than they are in dollars. So I'm like, the only real difference between these two themes is the license, right? Like nothing else is really that different. So is it more expensive to license Harry Potter products to sell within the UK? Like I would really love to know the behind the scenes. Like it just fascinates me.
Yeah, no, I didn't realize that. Like maybe it's just because like Harry Potter's a worldwide thing. Like everybody knows of Harry Potter, whether you like it or not, you know about it. You know,
you know of him.
Yeah, you know of the guy. So I don't. That's wild though. I mean, maybe it's like because it's UK. It's
Yeah, well, I was thinking it's from here, so maybe like that's why. But yeah,
that's so
I want to know. Somebody from Lego, tell me.
Right. Lego, if you're watching this, please.
I won't tell anybody if we're not allowed, but like I need to know.
Yeah, that's wild. Right. I really didn't know that. That's insane. Really crazy.
Noise incoming.
Good.
I think I'm probably gonna make this my last bag, and then I probably
I think I'll be wrapping this up too. I have quite a few more pieces, but yeah.
I just have to show you this. This is what happens when I build. This is just the floor behind me now.
Oh, dude, same. Like that's what you don't see is the floor and just all the mess. There's bags everywhere. Yeah. It's the internet. We can hide that. Just cover it up. Don't show that, and it doesn't exist.
I obviously made a rookie mistake by like letting everybody see that.
Right? That's where you messed up, man.
Just damn. I have a lot to learn.
Yeah. Oh goodness.
Oh, I'm adding more track for the monorail.
Man, this is what I've been doing for 2 hours. I feel like I build very slow on stream. I am not actually that much faster when I'm not on stream, so I'm not going to pretend like I am, but I'm definitely slower when I'm on stream. But at least we're having a good time. That's what matters. We're having fun.
I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
Just like
fantastic.
Let's do this more often.
Oh, I love that. Ulrika's saying that's what my floor looks like right now as well. I love it.
It's like when you start like working on a project. I've made the terrible mistake of starting about 3 projects at the same time that I have bins out for. Which I mean you can tell in this room very quickly when I'm working on stuff because things pile up. Which I'm quite good at hiding like on stream, but like they are there.
Oh, man.
But yeah, when you start working on projects, you like Lego explodes quickly. Like all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, this mess.
I mean, like right now, my half-built projects are the haunted house, Santa's visit. I'm like embarrassed to say we never finished that.
Oh my god!
I know. It's like, do we just hold off till next winter? Like I don't know what to do. And then we have Diagon Alley and this one. I think that's it. Those are our like half-built ones, but it's like all these huge sets, and I'm like, I need to build them, but then it's like it's like each bag is a lot. So I've been working through Ninjago City Gardens, either on stream or like at night while we watch New Girl. We've been having fun with that.
Very good.
Oh yes. But man, it's a lot. But I also like it's fun to build them on stream too. Like I enjoy building on my own, but I also enjoy to stream because Ross is working most of the day too, and it's nice to kind of share my excitement about the sets with like people who are watching, and it's really a community thing. I feel very connected when I'm streaming. Like I feel like that's I don't know it
so true.
Yeah, you're not just like it's 2 ways, you're not just talking at them through a video, you're like interacting more. So I really
but then there's something to be said about like putting on a podcast or like your favorite movie, music, or like something, and just like sitting at and just building Lego and just like I don't know, that's such a zen experience for me.
I love that. What I was doing earlier, oh gosh, I don't know if this is embarrassing, but here we go. I am obsessed with Encanto, the new Disney movie. I am obsessed with it. I love the songs. I listen to them on repeat. We Don't Talk About Bruno is probably going to be on my like hot list for Spotify Rewind, and it's not even like mid-January yet. Like,
Love it.
it's on repeat constantly, and I'm just like jamming out, sorting my Lego.
It's so catchy though. It's great.
So good. Yeah. And then like, what is it? The other one about like the really strong girl. I forget her name.
Oh yeah.
She's like talking about the pressure.
So like, I've not seen this movie yet, but I know the songs because like they're everywhere and I love them.
They're like trending on Reels too and TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, this is good. Like I'm loving this. So yeah, for those of y'all in chat, if you have Liz is here like Bruno, no. I love it. Yes. Asian Studios is in love with Encanto. Yeah, it's so good. Luisa, thank you, Mr. Starbucks. Yes. Yeah, it's such a good movie. Like if you haven't seen it, it's on Disney Plus. If you don't have Disney Plus, you probably haven't seen anything from Marvel or Star Wars, so you should probably get it just in general, please. It's so good. There's so much on there.
I think we got Disney Plus to watch Encanto, but we haven't yet because when we were going to watch it, I had like a bang headache, so I decided not to.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, don't have a headache for it. You won't enjoy it, and you'll be like, "What was all that hype about?" No, it's so good.
No. I know I'm gonna love it. Like I love Disney. Like, yeah,
it's so good. So yeah, that's been my obsession. And Ross is like, "I can't listen to the same song over and over. Stop." And I'm like, "We don't."
No, I won't. I think Sky Guy said it in a chat, but Sky Guy's working on like a Encanto house mock, and he's doing it like quite very big, and it looked like he started with the tower and everything. Like I'm so excited about it. It looks so amazing.
Cool. Man, yeah, that's so exciting. I love it when they take these like because they have an Encanto house Disney set.
Yeah.
And I need it. I can't find it anywhere. It's not at our Lego store, or at least as of like a week ago. But man, yeah, they're so good. But I love seeing people like who is it? Brick Snaps, Martin. He did the Rapunzel's tower, and that was really cool. Like, just seeing people take these Lego sets and like from a play scale set into like a masterpiece. It's just wow.
Like taking it. Yeah, I mean, Sky Guy is doing it digitally at the minute because it's like such a ginormous scale, and because of the colors in it, like it's quite hard to actually get the elements. I reckon this is going to cost a lot if he's ever going to actually build it, but it looks really cool, and I just love seeing people be creative and like also the way people interpret them and like the techniques end up. I don't know. I just love Lego.
Don't we all?
That's why we're here,
right? Oh man, no, I love that. And it looks like we have a new member, General Thrawn. Thank you, Thrawn. Thank you so much for joining. Check out the Discord and come hang out with us over there. It's so great to have you here, and I love seeing that so many people are already welcoming them to our little community. It's great to have you. Thank you so much. There you are, General Thrawn. Thank you so much. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know. Iceberg did a big magical house. Oh wait, I did see that. Yes, I did see that. That's so cool. Man, I love it. It makes me happy. That movie is so good. Even though I'm like one of those people that I'll watch it, like any movie up. I will skip the first 5 minutes. I won't like I just don't want to cry the whole time, you know? Like the whole first opening scene, it's like, wow, how dare they make such a good love story.
They got me again.
Every time, like man, I just can't do it. Coco as well. Like, nope. Oh.
It's partly why I'm putting off watching it because I'm a huge crybaby at movies. Like Disney, Jesus, they get me every time. So, like sometimes I'm like, I'm just not ready to watch a movie that's gonna make me cry.
Right?
I loved actually a movie that I wasn't expecting to love so much because I think it just happened to be on one time. But like Coco. Oh my god,
Coco was so good. Oh my gosh, with Coco, so you know, like Ross is Mexican, so a lot of it just like really like resonated with him, and he had seen it with his family already, and they all went to go see it like in theater way back whenever it came out, and man, like Ross told me, just so you know, this will be very emotional. And then I was just like, well, let's just get it out of the way now. And I was just like, I just like started crying. I was like, might as well just start. Like the movie didn't even start yet. He was like, we're about to. Yeah. Like, we were just like getting the popcorn ready, whatever. I don't know. Like, I'm just very ready to cry whenever I watch a Disney movie. Like I expect it at this point.
Yeah, but like that's sometimes a bit off-putting because you're like, oh, am I emotionally ready to watch something that's going to make me cry. But
Yeah.
They're great. I love them. I really loved watching Frozen because I watched it with my sister. So we were both like, oh my god, this is amazing. And then I watched Onward with Ben, and he like that is his favorite Pixar movie because he just saw himself in it so much. Like he was like, this is just about me and my brother. This is insane because he's the eldest, so he was totally like the D&D nerd. And then like he was just like, oh my god, this is so cool. So I was like, yay, getting him into it.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these movies, it's become a lot more diverse recently. You know, we have like Moana, Coco, and Kanto, like all of these different ones that represent different cultures, and it's so cool. And especially like, I don't know, having like Ross, he can help me understand like more of the behind the scenes and just more of the meaning to it. Like it hits him differently than it'll hit me, and so it's really cool being able to understand it better through him. So I
read a really nice article about like from a Colombian person talking about like the movie and you know the worry about it, but also the excitement and like how it paid off and like a really nice analysis. And I was like, this sometimes you know when you've been reading the news and you go, oh, I think we're all doomed. It's really nice to read something where like somebody's giving creative insights and some like constructive criticism, and you just are like, oh, it's okay. We can still have open discourse in as well.
I love that too. Like, I'll enjoy a movie and then I'll watch more of like the actual like cultural meaning behind it. I'm like, okay, like I get it more now. You know, like it's not my culture, so it's like okay, like I still enjoyed it, but like please, like what's more of the background info here? So that's always.
I was like Sky Guys from I think Ecuador, so it was so nice to see like Latin America and be in it. And, like I love the architecture. Like he just got so excited just seeing it on the screen, and I was like, this is just so nice. Like
that's amazing. No, I
know when there's like something about the Netherlands online. I know it's just European and therefore more generic, but like at the same time, it's like I'm like, oh, that's like part of me, and even though I don't like every single part of it, like it still resonates to a degree. So yeah, like that's what it's like for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm enjoying it.
No, I love that. Let's see. We got Pedro. Thank you so much for the €5. Yeah, I'm really glad that you're enjoying the stream so far, and it's great to have you here. I really appreciate your support. Aw. Thank you so much, Pedro. Let's see. These movies are all available to stream. Yes, amazing. And Luca, so good. Yeah, there's so many good Disney movies. Like, I'm curious. Like, let us know in chat. What's your favorite Disney movie?
Ooh.
I'm so excited to see.
Like asking people to pick their favorite Lego set.
Right? It's so hard. Like, I mean, I have my favorites, and of course, like every stream, there's someone that'll ask, like, what's your favorite set? And so it's, you know, I have them ready to go. But Wally,
I feel like I may have a different answer every stream though if people did that.
Right? Yeah. Like usually I always say Mystery Machine and Disney Castle because those sets just like make me happy. I just always gravitate towards them. But then like Wally has moved up there, and
he's so cute.
It's such a good one. It's so good. Ooh, so in chat, oh gosh, Little Mermaid, Frozen. Josh Fist says Frozen 11. I assume that's Frozen 1. Aladdin. Oh gosh, Aladdin's so good too. I wish that we had like more kind of like not 18 plus, but just more non-playset Disney sets. That would be so cool. That'd be amazing. Encanto's set in Colombia. Yeah. Yup. I don't know much about Colombian culture, but yeah, it's really fun just like learning more about the cultures through those movies. So many good movies.
Somebody said a Jurassic Park came out in 1993. Now we're old.
What is that? Like almost 30 years? Is my math right?
Much.
That's wild.
Much.
Wow.
Well, look at us playing with some Lego.
Oh my. That's wild. Oh gosh. Here, Johanna, I'll let you take over chat for a little bit. I am gonna speed though.
You go. Well, you can talk and answer this question whilst you're building.
Okay.
What is your least favorite Lego set? Just at the moment, you may change your mind, but like top of your mind, what is the one that comes to mind?
I guess like it's hard because you know I don't really get Lego sets that I don't like, you know. But my biggest regret with Lego is definitely the Friends apartments. I don't care. I don't I don't like that set. It takes up so much space. It's hard to display it.
Yeah.
I'm not big enough of like a Friends, the sitcom, that one that we're talking about.
No.
Some people are like, what? But yeah, I'm not as like big enough of a fan of it to like have it bring me that much joy. It just takes up space, and I just don't care. I really don't.
But the colours in it are pretty useful. So haven't you thought about like just breaking it down for parts and just having the figures on display with like the original central perk?
I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because I mean, there's also the what is it? The sitcom tower. And I really want to build that at some point. That giant like mock combining all the sitcom sets. That'd be really cool. It's just getting around to it and sorting everything, because like I would probably want to stream it. And that'd be exhausting, like getting that ready to go, because I'm already slow enough with like organized bags. I can't imagine having like 20,000 pieces, and it's like I just give up, So
yes, pre-sorting is key.
But
like having the bins ready.
What is your biggest, I guess, like least favorite set, or maybe like biggest regret of a purchase?
I should have probably thought about this before. I'm just thinking. I'm very similar to you, where I obviously don't buy it if like I don't have space for it or can justify it. I'm relatively good at talking myself out of things. I think in hindsight, and this has a huge caveat, so like hear me out. I think I regret buying the huge bulk lot of vintage Harry Potter, like the €800 but like bin of just Harry Potter stuff. Not because it was like bad, but because when I bought it, I didn't know enough about buying used Lego, and I knew at the time I was taking a risk, and at the time I was buying it, my only reason I was getting back into Lego was to recreate the collection I used to have as a child, and this bin could have been a way to like get quite a lot of those sets. But because of COVID, I actually only got it like a year after I purchased it, because it was just at my parents' house. And they had to kind of drive it over because it wasn't really something you could ship. So I only got it a year later. So obviously like a year after, like so much growth I went through, so much things I learned, so many, like my focus had shifted a bit. So by the time like I got that bulk bin, it was a little bit like, I actually don't want most of these sets now.
Oh no.
So, but then at the same time, had I not bought that bulk lot of Lego, I wouldn't have ever started YouTube, because that was like, I bought that and I was like, oh my god, how fun would it be to make like I bought an €800 bulk bin of Harry Potter Lego video be, right? Like, So it was literally the reason I started. So at the same time, if I hadn't done it, I wouldn't have YouTube. But the actual purchase of the sets was a bit like, I don't think I wanted them anymore by the time they came. But,
that's totally fair. I mean, it's wild how like things can change like that, like little purchases like that, and now you're on YouTube and you have like a huge Lego City now, and it's I feel like YouTube really motivates at least me to pump out content, because it's like, okay, well, or rather to like keep working on the city. Obviously, like YouTube motivates me to make content, but like it's like, oh well, we could just not do the city, but it's like, you know what, okay, Lego City video, we've got to do it. It's kind of nice having that.
Yeah, I think YouTube has been sort of like a nice little thing to keep you going. And sometimes as I said, like you can't be a creator 100% of the time, but then when you get your community and they're like, oh, I'm doing this, and you get inspired again. Somebody said, are we matching? We're like, yeah,
we are. It was not intentional. We're definitely like twins, though.
Oh my god, you should have worn your like red Target Lego jumper, and I should have worn my blue one.
Oh,
your cardigan, your red one. Because I had a very kind American-based like member who was very kind to go to Target for me and get the coasters and the sweater that I wanted. Because I was like so jealous of all the stuff that came out. It looked so good.
It's so good, right?
Oh, I love that. Like the sweater is like, it's such a nice quality, and it's like super soft, and I love the color. It's like my favorite color. I just got so excited. And I have my coasters just here. Like my tea was on it.
I have my coasters too. Wait, let me grab them. They're really cute.
Matchies.
Here we go.
the tray of my coasters is currently being used to store my Ice Festival minifigures.
Oh,
Yay! There's such nice quality though. Like, I was so impressed.
Right?
I kind of want the dark green one as well, but I may just wait until they're like on sale, and I'm just ask Bronx very kindly if you can go pick them up.
Right. Yeah, I like, I don't know. I felt bad for like the whole rest of the world with it. Like, that sounds weird, but it's like, it was such a fun collab, and I hope they keep doing it. But it just sucks that, you know, so much of the world, like even you, like weren't able to actually buy it. You know, you had people that were like able to ship it to you, which is fantastic. But a lot of people don't have that. It's like, you know, that's
for them. Like, I think I would have felt differently if this was a set. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, like, it was just a shop collab. Like, there may be a collab somewhere else that like it's just in one place.
That's fair.
Kind of just is what it is. Like, we live in such a globalized world that we now know about it, so it feels worse because you're aware that it exists. So you like feel like you're missing out, but at the same time, like, you know, it's only clothes. Like, again, as I said, if it was like an exclusive set, which I know occasionally has happened and has sparked massive controversy, that would have been different. But yeah, it was just clothes. I'm obviously super grateful I got to have them because it's really fun, but like, I probably would have survived without.
Yeah, I really liked it. Like, I kind of hope that they do a summer collab as well, just because everything's cold weather stuff. And I'm in Texas. Like, it's only been cold for 3 days so far, and like today's one of them. I just want to wear a sweater, and I can't. Like,
yeah, Brooks saying the same. He was in Cali, and I was like, darn it! Like, I can only get the shirts because everything else probably won't wear.
Oh man, it's really unfortunate. Yeah, like all the collab stuff is just like sweaters. I'm like, I'll wear it.
These are so cute though.
We got three. I got a pink one, and then a teal one, and Ross got the gray one, and they're really cute. Like, we'll wear them and we'll match and we'll go out, and like, I feel ridiculous. Like, you know, it's like kind of crazy, but it's like wild because I'll go to, I don't know, like a farmer's market or like something, you know, where it's just totally not Lego, and someone will seem like I'll get recognized, and it's usually like I'll be wearing some Lego thing, and they're like, oh, it's her. Like, you know, it's like
you're recognized for your clothes.
Yeah. So like, that's kind of neat too. But yeah, it's, I don't know,
always on brand. You see?
Yeah, it's very on brand. And I'm like, you know, it's my job to do Lego. I can be crazy. Like, I can wear the Lego stuff. It's fine, you know.
I feel like it's a little bit like wearing like a band tee. Like, people that know, like, they'll be like, oh, this is cool. But people that don't know, like, it's still a nice cardigan without it being Lego. So,
right?
Yeah.
I saw someone wearing one of the Target shirts. I didn't know this person, but
you instantly were like, they're cool.
Yeah, I was like kind of looking a little bit too long because I was like, oh wow, that's the Target thing. And then I don't know if like we made like a weird eye contact where I was like, like, I'm not staring at you for I don't know. Sometimes I just feel very, very weird.
Second guessing yourself, like, they think I'm a weird person.
This feels strange. I don't know.
Like, why is she staring at me? Actually, this is going to be like, because I finished the bag. So I mean, this must happen a lot to celebrities, but I was in London some years ago, and I was like just walking through Kensington because when I go to London, I tended to go on my own and just like have a walk around because I kind of like the vibe of the city, but I don't like being there for very long. So I would go for like on my own for a day or something, just to have a little browse around and walk around and do like a bit of a city tour by feet basically. And I walked through Kensington, and like basically I saw somebody across the street, like really good looking, like really tall, and I was like, oh my god, like I recognize him from somewhere. And I was like, is he like an old like he was walking dog, like a black Labrador, and it looked really adorable, so like the dog was cute. You know, helps. But I was just like, oh my god, like, do I know him? And I was just like desperately trying to go, like, should I greet him? Because I was like, the only reason I thought I could know him is because like it could be like a colleague or something from like an old job, because I changed quite a lot of jobs at that point. So like, but at the same time, in hindsight, I'm like, he was really handsome, like I would have remembered him, but and I must have stared a lot. And I mean, I also looked at this dog a good amount because, hey, dogs are cute.
Who doesn't? Yeah.
Right?
Everyone stares at dogs. That's normal.
And literally, like 5 minutes later, I was like, that was Henry Cavill, like Superman. And then I felt really bad because I just like I'd been staring at him, but obviously I hadn't seen the movies. But he's everywhere. Like it was kind of before The Witcher and everything, and I was like, oh my god, like I instantly felt bad, but like he must have thought I was like staring because I recognized him and like, but was too afraid to say anything. But I was just staring because I was like desperately trying to remember if I should say hi because I'd forgotten I'd worked with him or not. I was like, oh god. But anyway, I'm sure he's used to it. That must happen a lot. But yeah, I was like, for fuck's sake.
Okay,
like
so I have like a random story. I don't think I've ever told this on stream. But I just finished my bag too, so like a little mini anecdote. So I don't know if y'all have heard of Elijah Wood. Pretty sure you might have, but
yeah.
I swear we've seen him at the Lego store, and like Ross is the one that like really convinced me through time. But it was like mid 2020. Like we were able to go to the Lego store, but it was very much like masks and protocol, so it was also like quite empty there. But we went like right in the morning. We were like we were actually like second in line because I'm pretty sure it was Elijah Wood. He was short, he had brown hair, blue piercing eyes, and he was just so nice. And he was just like, he was just there to spend money. Like he
was carrying the one ring and Sam was by his side. Yeah,
that's exactly how it was. Yes. And that, like, he was just like, oh yeah, I'm just like into some Lego. He was just like a really like happy dude. And he also got there early, so like that was also part of it. It's like, okay, so he's there early, probably to avoid people. And yeah, like he was actually going to steal our Lego set because he was there for the treehouse, and that was why we went there. And they only had one, and he was just like, oh yeah, the treehouse looks cool. Oh, like what are you guys planning on getting? And we're like, oh, like the treehouse. He's like, oh, you guys can have it. I'll take something else. And I swear to this day it was him. He had like blue piercing eyes. Like he lives in Austin, Texas, where we are.
Oh, okay. Well,
he lives downtown. It was definitely him. I don't know that. But
like, my next question is going to be, is there a reason why he would be there? But yeah, if he lives in Austin, like sure.
He lives in Austin. Yeah, like he lives there. Do you know those like weird scooters that you can rent? I don't know if you have them in your city, but like it's like $1 a minute or something just to ride around. He'll just like ride around on the scooters downtown. He's just living. He's just living it up.
He's like, I'm never walking to Mount Doom ever again. I'm taking the scooter.
I'm on a scooter there.
Sorry, I'll stop the other and stuff. I'm sure he's like tired of that. Actually, I had my like crisis because I realized that was 20 years ago as well. Oh, there was nothing that made me feel older than the 20-year reunion for Harry Potter. It was like 20 years. Like
that's wild. I haven't seen it yet. I really need to. Ready. I know Holly did like a watch party for it, and I saw her doing it, and I was like kind of hoping that she would show it, but she would totally like get copyright or whatever. But
yeah, you can.
Like I want to see if I can like watch it along with that. I don't know if it's
that'd be fun,
but like that'd be kind of fun because I feel like she can fill in some of like the weird behind the scenes stories that I probably don't know. But
I feel like I want to watch it still. Again, I've seen various bits of it, just not the whole thing because I was like, am I ready to just cry? I'm not sure.
Yeah, you have to be prepared. Sometimes you're just like, you know what, we're just gonna cry. It's all good. And then whenever that happens, I just start crying just to get it out of the way. It's like, well, now
get it over with. We can move on. Do you want to just show us what you've built over this stream?
Yeah, let's do it. So I've just added on. Let me turn this around so you can maybe see it better. So here's Ninjago City Gardens so far. Eek. It is so pretty. Like I love this. Cute. And it's finally starting to like get taller. So it looks cooler. Before it was just, plates on the bottom.
Don't you worry. It'll get very tall.
Right? It's gonna be like up to here at some point.
No more than that.
Oh my gosh. I'm not ready for that. But yeah, so I just built this little tiny thing over the last 3 hours. This little thing.
Ice cream store.
It took me 3 hours. That was good. And yeah, it was a blast. It's very cute, and I will be continuing to build it probably through the week. I like to build maybe like a bag every night or so. So yeah, enjoy Ninjago City Gardens. So pretty.
It's super cute. I'll just do a really quick one because obviously I've shown the like construct in the middle that I've done, but I've just added the first bag of detail, which came with the applying of various stickers, as you can see. So
that's cool.
I'm just trying to fit it in. So here is like the little robot that came with it. There's like hologram. Like there's a picture of the actual city and like some stuff next to it, and it looks really cool. Obviously the monorail that goes through here, like an advertisement at the top. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out if you can see what I'm seeing.
No,
So yeah, there is quite a lot of stickers, which is very Ninjago-like, but I don't mind because it creates lots of really cool detail, and I love it a lot, and I really like the rest. I'm very excited for the rest of the set. And I'm halfway through the Ice Festival and this one now, so I don't know what I will build on my live stream on Wednesday, but one of those two. So hope to see some of you there.
Yeah, so why don't you tell people a little bit more about your channel, just, you know, for anyone here who isn't as familiar or hadn't heard it yet, and what you have coming up over the next week or so.
So I like some Lego. I enjoy playing with it. I basically make videos about my city updates. I'm currently like my 2022 project, which probably is going to be completed pretty soon, is to light up every single building in it. I'm extending it at the back as well, so I'm doing a few mocks, and I've started, and the first video came out today, a medieval mock where I'm learning like new mills techniques of like creating rivers and like adding landscape, as well as like mocking the medieval stuff. So I'm adding some of the CMFs in it. I'm adding the castle and the forest Brookling set, the blacksmith, and I have many more plans, but this is going to be a year project, and I'm aiming to display that at a like LUG convention or something in 2023 or sooner, but like I'm aiming for 2023 because like pressure, because I want it to be good. So that's kind of what I'm doing at the moment. And I will also be going back into more Harry Potter stuff. I have a really big project plan for Diagon Alley. However, it's dependent on the big rumor for the summer set, because if that's going to be the set that I want it to be, then I can't do the project. But if it isn't, then I can do the project. So more to be revealed. That is my sales talk. It is now over. Don't forget to like the stream. And thank you, Emily, for having me. Honestly, this has been way too much fun. I can't believe that it's like 11 p.m. now.
Oh man, yeah, it's definitely late. It's like coming on 5 p.m. So I'm just like, we'll have dinner soon. It's totally different. But yeah, real quick before we do wrap up, thank you so much, Pick a Bricks, for being a member for 7 months. That is incredible. And yes, please remember to like the stream. Thank you so much for your message there. And then also Tommy Rich, thank you so much for the $2. I really appreciate your support. I like all the little cool super stickers. So thank you, Tommy. It's great to have you here. Real quick before we do wrap up, I put the link to Johanna's channel, and Captain Zan also put it in there. So just click on it right now, like go over there, subscribe to Johanna. She's fantastic. You will love her content. Please check her out. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. This was a really fun collab. It's been a while since we've done this on this channel. So yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you everyone in the chat for being here. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Alrighty, guys.
Good luck with your Monday. Like,
yes, have a good Monday. Yes, definitely. Alrighty, guys. Bye.